Okay, let's go smoke that joint.
What up? What up? Oh, yeah. We got a best ball draft and we are knee deep. We are in round 8. I'm going to read off some of the picks here real soon after a nice bowl. We'll shout out the chat. What up to Jamie? What up, bro? Hey, I shot you the link if you want to join. And TJ in the house. What up? What up, my brother? All right. Let's get ready to smoke a bowl. And yeah, we're already in round 8. I mean, the one thing that I see right off the bat in this draft, QB's not going as crazy as they did yesterday. If you guys watched yesterday's draft, QBs were in fucking insane. And running backs too. There was only I think 10 wide receivers that were drafted in the top 4 or 5 rounds, something like that. Really ridiculous. And yeah, it looks a little bit different today. That's for sure. That is for sure. All right. Let's get down to biz. And Crossface in the house. What up, Crossface? And I can't remember, Crossface, are you in this draft with us? What's your sleeper name? If not, what up? Time to smoke. You got perfect timing.
You got perfect timing. About to start a little puff give in this motherfucker.
And don't forget to hit that like button if you have not yet, guys. Appreciate you. We're going to smoke this bowl. Then I'm going to read off a bunch of the rounds here. Hey, salute Derek. What up, my brother? Let's get down to biz. Robert in the house. What up, homie? Yes, hit that like button, everybody. Bowl time.
All right. Fire them up. Hold up. Smoke weed every day.
Hits from the bone. Let's get it. Okay. Bolski. Then rounds. We are almost through with round 8. We got a couple more picks in round 8 here. Okay. This draft is moving quick because we are 30 minutes in and we are through 8 rounds. And John said, can you rate mine today? I'm that guy. Yeah, sounds good, brother. You'll be first when we make it that far. Okay. Whew. And thanks for coming through. John, is this the first time coming through on YouTube? I can't remember, but appreciate you either way. Shout out Minnesota Mike. What up? Shout out to Toyota One. What up? He said, I'm about to help my daughter out and go to high school. Nice. High school graduation. Nice. Said, so proud of you, class 2025. There we go. Salute. Yes. All right, Mike, you will be second. Perfect. All right. Said, yeah, on YouTube. He said, just join. Thank you, man. Yeah, appreciate you, bro. And thanks for being in these drafts. I know you're in a handful now. Much appreciated. Hope you're having fun, because that's what these are all about, having fun doing the drafts. And this is a lot about draft practice, in this stuff. But we don't want to draft practice with mocks where there's no stakes at all, because then we're not going to get real people putting their best foot forward. I mean, shit, with this, $11 could win you $5,000 or more. It is going to be fucking awesome. It is going to be awesome. We're really, really shooting for those 200 leagues. We're nearly halfway there. I feel like we got to do more slow drafts if we're going to make it there, because we're pretty much only doing one a day. Could probably double it up on the weekends if we had people who want to draft, in the earlier afternoon. All right, we got another trade, man. This This new Dynasty League that kicked off today. It's going crazy with the trades. All right. What TJ say? The king of snipes, Crispy in this one. Oh yeah, where's Crispy at? No, Crispy's not in this one. No. He didn't get in fast enough. I think he was because this one filled a little bit faster. Like now they're filling faster. You know, I know that they're not like filled like the day before or anything, but you know, there's a lot of times where we're coming down to like the last like 20 minutes or so, and there's still like a spot or two left, and you know, I may jump in or I may not. And like now, I mean, this one filled like, I don't know, like an hour and a half early or something, you know, like I know everybody's working. So it's like people aren't really going to join like in like the morning, like maybe they'll join like the day before, but that's just one thing that I've noticed is like, I feel like people join when they get off of work, you know, or maybe people join on their lunch break or something like that and then get in later. But, yeah, like as the pool of people just keeps growing and growing, there's just going to be more people that want to join, you know, each day. And yeah, I almost am conflicted is like, because I want to start like do this same thing, but with offense only. The one thing that sucks is that the prize pool isn't going to be as big. And if somehow we could get these people to just join in this one, you know, the prize pool could get even bigger and bigger. You know, so that's one thing that I'm a little conflicted on here, but we'll figure it out. I'd like to hear people's feedback on that as well. All right, here we go. Let's jump through round one here. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Jaden Daniels, Jamar Chase, Burrow, Hurts, Bijan, Barkley, Gibbs, Jefferson, Lamb, Bucky. Second round, Genty, Henry, Neighbors, Amon Ra, Mahomes, CMC, A-Chain, James Cook, Kyren Williams, Bowers, Puka, Josh Jacobs. Round 3, JT, Brees Hall, Hampton, Nix, Mixon, Brian Thomas, Purdy, Kamara, Ken Walker, Drake London, Baker Mayfield, Nico Collins. Round 4, AJ Brown, Jared Goff, Henderson, Chase Brown, Kyler Murray, CJ Stroud, Trey McBride, Scary Terry McLaurin, Marvin Harrison, Lad McConkey, Dak Prescott, Justin Herbert. Round 5, JSN, Hubbard, RJ Harvey, Caleb Williams, Mike Evans, Drake May, Tyreek Hill, George Kittle, Trevor Lawrence, Judkins, David Montgomery, and Garrett Wilson. Round 6, James Conner, Jordan Love, T. Higgins, Matt Stafford, Rashee Rice, Justin Fields, Tet McMillan, Sam Laporta, J.J. McCarthy, Michael Penix, Travis Hunter, DJ, I want to score more. Round 7, Devonta Smith, Sam Darnold, DK Metcalf, Caleb Johnson, Tua, Anthony Richardson, Devontae Adams, Xavier Worthy.
X gon' give it to you. What?
Russ Wilson, Cam Ward, Aaron Jones, Bryce Young. Round 8, Geno Smith, Pacheco, Pickens, Swift, Sutton, Pollard, Warren, Tracy, Flowers, Adunze, Najee, and ETN. Round 9, Chris Godwin, Brian Robinson.
Caught a bullet in his rubber goose. He caught a bullet in his rubber goose. You can be at the party getting loose, but you can catch a bullet in your goose.
Scatterbo, Blue, Judy, Loveland, Waddle, Javonte Williams, Olave, Ramondre Stevenson, Calvin Ridley, and TJ Hawkinson. I'll read off round 10 in a few. And Robert said, I'm new to IDP, but watching the fast drafts and being in the slow drafts has helped, along with seeing your rankings on IDP. Awesome. And like the one thing that I've always tried to tell people is IDP is not hard. Like I know it's learning a new set of players, but like it's really not hard. Like, I mean, how many people like, you know, like if you could catch on to offense really, really quickly, like you can catch on to IDP like just as quick. And like, that's what I don't know. Like, I don't understand the like being scared part of it, especially like, I mean, this is why I literally have this too, $11 so people could dip their toe into the IDP water without having to commit to a whole bunch of stuff. Like, man, just doing drafts, like, I mean, that helps more than anything. But not mock drafts wouldn't help though. Because when you have the mock draft, the ADP is all fucked up. Because it's like you either have to make it an IDP league or like ADP just doesn't come through right for whatever reason. I wonder if Sleeper fixed that because I haven't done a mock draft on Sleeper since last year. And round 10, Jaden Reed, Travis Kelce, Zaire Franklin. There we go. First IDP off the board. Debo Samuel, Jordan Addison, Mark Andrews, Jamison Williams, Jonnu Smith. Second IDP, Caden Ellis, and more tight ends, Warren and Evan Ingram and Ricky Pearsall to round out the 10th round. What up, Devo? What's going down, bro? Let's smoke it up. You got perfect timing.
You got perfect timing. About to start a little puff giving this motherfucker.
Let's get it. Andre, what up? It's a much better feeling than losing to a damn kicker. Yeah. Yeah. And one thing that I realized, it's not necessarily the kicker spot that I hate. It's the kicker scoring that I hate. Like, I see some of these leagues, if you're in like a somewhat basic league, single QB, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a tight end, a flex, kicker, and team D. Like, I mean, that's like the standard, right? And it's 10 teams, so like even worse. And like, it's bullshit that like a kicker could be like, is like one of the highest scoring players on your team. Like that, I just don't see how that's fun for anybody. I really don't. I never did, even when I did play in leagues with kickers. And like, man, I just remember like when I removed it from my league, it felt so good because we just removed the kicker spot and we added an additional offensive flex. And that was fucking way better. Way better. Yeah, losing because of your kicker or a kicker you're going against sucks. It's like the worst feeling because it's just so trash. Hate it. Hate it. I hate it. I hate it. And Andres, I'm definitely looking in though with IDP this season, taking notes on all your streams, brother. Perfect. And I mean, there's a lot of ways that you could get into an IDP league, or a lot of ways that you can incorporate IDP into your leagues. I'm of the mindset that I would rather mix it in and like make it a gradual thing over maybe like 2 or 3 seasons where like, maybe year 1, you start with 3 or 4 players, I mean, I'd do more if it was just a 10-team league, but you got to dip people's toe in and make it easy for them to start, and then as you guys, year 2, maybe you get a little bit more advanced instead of maybe 4 or 5 players, that's when you do DL, DB, LB, and you start mixing it in. And then maybe the year after that, then you get it, to where you expand the rosters to. So most of my leagues are in real life homies and legit. They have zero interest in IDP. Well, here's the thing that I've realized about home leagues. If it's just a home league player and you just play like with your, you just play with your friends and you play in 1 league or 2 leagues, like home league, work league, those people, they don't care about anything other than keeping the tradition alive, but most of those managers are amongst the 95%, I would say, of ultra casuals. Not saying they don't know what they're doing, but just ultra casuals, the people who come around in August, they leave in January right after the season, and they're nowhere to be found, just outside of those months. And the guys who like literally know nothing except their redraft league, their scoring, they don't think a world outside of that league exists. And so I totally understand. But so like, yeah, it might just be you having to expand beyond your friend group of like, the casuals. Like, it's just like, if you were playing pickup basketball, and like your friends just got real boring to play pickup basketball with. You know, the competition's getting stale. The league's kind of boring because it's like the same people or whatever. And I mean, that's what happened to me. Like, I mean, I always wanted to do all these cool things, and none of my friends wanted to do it. So I found all these people on Facebook who were big degenerates like me, who were like down to try new things and like, you know, explore the world of fantasy football beyond the super flex offense only leagues, you know, beyond those single QB offense only leagues and all that. And so cool that I found, like, you know, all you crazy motherfuckers that are down to do all these cool ass leagues with me. Because, yeah, none of my friends want to. Like, none of my real life friends. I mean, I don't know. Like, even now, like, moving to Vegas, like, I don't even have any in real life, you know, friends. It's like, it's all internet people who, like, if you have my personal cell phone number, we're friends. Like, that's how I feel. Like, everybody has my business number. But if you have my personal number, if you're, like, those are, like, my in real life friends now. It's cool. How'd you first get into IDP? I was in, like, the first league that I played in that I got introduced to was 2QB and IDP. So I legit just thought that that's how everybody played. Like, until I discovered until I like met people online, like on Facebook and shit, playing in leagues, I legit thought that was my fucking, like, that everybody played that way. Cause I just, like, why would you not play that way? Like, that's what I felt like. I mean, it's a full team. It's a full offense. It's a full defense. You know, it's a full team. Like, I literally thought that's how fantasy football was played. And then when you go back and do research on when fantasy football was invented, it was a 2QB league with IDP. And along the way, they made it fucking like they dumbed it down to get more casual people in there. And like, all those like, fantasy football wouldn't be as big as it is without those casual people. Like, that's for sure. But I wasn't introduced to fantasy football by a casual person, you know? And I feel sorry for the people that are introduced to fantasy football by, like, a casual, because, like, it's like it's like the league, the show, you know, how their league is like a joke. It's like an 8-man league, and like, nobody really knows what the fuck they're doing, you know? Like, that's what I feel most home leagues are, like, just like that. See, Derek, you know what I'm talking about. Mike, you know what I'm talking about. Like, man, it's like, once you, I don't know. Like, I mean, I know that, like, for a big portion of my life, I, like, just sold weed, you know, and people thought of me as, like, fucking, you know, just like a dumb guy, a dumb weed dealer, you know, for like a long time. So, like, you know, like, relationships were always based on something, you know, never just based on, like, being friends. Cause, like, I don't know, the guys who I went to high school with, like, we went in different directions. Like, I don't even, like, does anybody even know anybody they went to elementary school with? Like, I mean, anymore, like, outside of maybe seeing random shit on Facebook, like, doubt it. What up, Trav? He said, freaking messed up on my 10th and 11th rounders. What happened? JMO and Cup. I mean, that's not horrible. I mean, I hate JMO, you know, but I mean, he did get 1,000 yards last year, right, Derek? But yeah, Cup's not bad in the 11th. I mean, if anything, you messed up with the Anthony Richardson pick. Like, man, I hate that guy. 9th and 11th. Oh, 9th and 11th. Okay, yeah, Loveland. That was probably a little bit too early for Loveland. Yeah, that one I'd say is a little bit of a mess up. But I mean, he does get drafted in like the 10th. I mean, I swear it was like yesterday that he got drafted early 11th. So I mean, it's not like you drafted him that early. It's the tight end premium. I wouldn't have drafted him that early, but yeah, I don't think that's super early though. Yes, sir, 1,000-yard man. So that guy loses his job to Danny Pesos, bro. I mean, see, here's what's gonna happen. Okay, he's not gonna lose his job to Danny Pesos. Like, Danny Pesos cannot beat anybody out for a job. When we're talking no pads and shit like that, Anthony Richardson is great. When nobody can touch him, he's good. Like, remember those throws that he made at the beginning of the season before he started getting smacked up? like game 1 or whatever. Then they play the Texans game 1. And before he started taking all the sacks and the hits to the head, he had a couple big passes. There's a lot of yak in those passes, and the guys had to adjust. But, you know, he made some decent throws. It's just when he tries to run the ball, he doesn't protect himself, and he gets hit in the head. And it's like, it's all bets are off, dude. I mean, everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face. I mean, that's Mike Tyson said it. It reigned true then, and it reigns true now. Everybody's got a chance. Everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face. Let's see. Question. Who do you like better, Jennings or Tillman? Who do you like better? Oh, of course, Jennings. TJ, I hate 10-team or smaller leagues. The that video with the toy horses is so on point with the comparison. Yeah, I remember seeing that, and I was like, damn, how can I use this in a video? This is like the goofiest thing that I've ever seen. Yeah, the only 10-team leagues that I even host anymore. I mean, I do have one dynasty league that's 10 teams, and I fucking hate it because all the teams are fucking stacked. It's like ridiculous. And because I can't win it, like my team's even stacked, but I keep getting unlucky at certain times. But no, it's like all these teams are just so fucking stacked that like it literally comes down to luck. And like, I hate that shit. Like, man, I mean, dude, if we're just going to do that, I might as well like actually go gamble like on the games. But I feel like that's so much luck. Like I fucking hate gambling. But yeah, and I remember one of the leagues hated this league the most. It was one with like, dude, guys that I actually went to elementary school with, like literally 2 guys. But they went to high school with a friend that I knew from outside of their high school. So it's just funny how it all like came together. But yeah, it was just like we had like 19 starters and 5 bench spots. And I'm like, dude, like this is so fucking stupid. Like every single year someone has to drop fucking players during bye weeks or like when you get injuries. Like, how do we only have 1 IR spot on this? Like fucking change this shit. And they still had a max on moves. Like, man, I was like, dude, how fucking prehistoric is this league? Like, why have we not changed this yet? And yeah, so eventually I just left that league. And it's funny, like you leave the league and then like literally never have contact with these guys again. Like there's one person in that league who's like in other leagues with me, but that's like legit one of those home leagues that you guys are talking about where everyone plays, you know, same guys every year and nobody wants to evolve, nobody wants to change anything. And like I played in that league for so many extra years after I didn't want to, just because like I felt like kind of obligated because I knew all those guys and stuff. But yeah, having way more fun. I'm sure they're having fun in that league too. And it's, yeah, legit, bro doesn't know how to slide. I don't get it. Like I don't get it. Like I know like being big and tall, it's like hard to slide sometimes, but like I don't know, like they literally like set up slip and slides and shit for you to practice on and soft grass and padding and like all this shit. Like I don't get it. Like, how is it not a priority? Like you will literally die getting hit in the head like that many times. And like, especially as hard as he's getting hit in the head. Yeah, it's just such a joke, man. It's just such a joke. I don't know what the hell his problem is. And I don't know how the fuck everybody still hypes him up so much. Well, maybe not this year, but last year. Remember last year? Like he's being projected as like QB3 in fucking like ESPN and Yahoo, and it's just ridiculous. And then I'd be like, bro, Anthony Richardson sucks. He can't slide. He literally said the NFL is easy. But he can't play a complete season. Why would anybody trust him? And then I always get responses like, bro, you don't even fucking know anything about football, okay? Like, why would I listen to you instead of like Field Yates? It's so fucking funny. But I'm always judging and ranking based off of those six touchdown leagues and 6-point touchdown leagues. And most of the people out there still playing the 4-point passing touchdown leagues. And man, it's just so fucking, I just don't understand why. Crispy, what up, you motherfucker? Crispy said, what up, losers? You motherfucker, Crispy, what up? You better not be clock sucking anymore. Been seeing you on the clock in a bunch of these leagues, man. I don't like it, Crispy. You're supposed to be on it snappy, snappy. No more stroking until the clock pauses at night. Till the clock pauses at night, you get down to work, Crispy. We're getting some IDP guys now off the board. Let me see. I haven't read out a round since round 11. Let me read out these next couple rounds that just went off. So round 11, we got Jacoby Myers, Charbonnet, Roquan Smith, Higgins, Shaheed, Cooper Kupp, Khalil Shakir, David Njoku, Strange, Fred Warner, Brandon Ayuk, and Stephon Diggs. Hey, anybody see the video of Stephon Diggs? Stephon Diggs partying right now. Going extra hard in the paint. Round 12, Micah Parsons, Juwanna Jennings, Golden, Downs, Pittman, Spears, Mason, Jordan Brooks, Tootin, Coleman, Harris, and Brian Branch. Round 13, Edrin Cooper, Dalton Kincaid, Rashad White, TJ Edwards, Max Crosby, TJ Watt, Kyle Williams, Zach Bond, Darnell Mooney, Bobby Okereke, Henley, and Nakobe Dean. Man, John, that fantasy guy. Man, you messed up there. But we'll give you the we'll let you know what happened. Kraft in the 14th round. Hollywood Brown.
Sing about Hollywood.
Ray Davis, Christian Kirk, Robert Spillane, Likely, Myles Garrett, Sherwood, Foyo Lacoon, Nick Bolton, Ferguson, the Dallas Cowboys, Fergie, and and Pat Fryer Moose. Oh shit, you're in wacky Waco all day. 2.5 hours away from the house. Damn. You travel that far for different jobs? Was that a job that you were at? That far as fuck. Especially we know your ass doesn't drive some small ass fucking economical fucking car. You probably got some big ass plumber's truck, right? Some big ass plumber's van.
Thing right here, yeah, tell me about it. It's letting all the people know. Ooh, what's that? What burnouts talk about? Yeah, what do they talk about, baby? You know, the chronic. Check it out. Ooh, that bud so scandalous. You hit it too hard, you can't handle this. So you're smoking that thing, then you pass it to us with that look in your eyes so devious. You inhale with all you got. Suck it down hard till you see and dots. And your body's on the ground, but your mind is not. Cause you live in la vida smoker. Now you high as a kite. Been talking all night. All night long. Let me hit that bong. Baby. That bong, 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 bong. I like to roll a blunt, ooh. And smoke it in a pipe too.
Best of all is that bong, 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 bong.
You know you love that cannabis, so pull up a chair and come smoke with us. They call me Crisco, I get baked so much. I like to hotbox my tour bus. Puff give till it's 420. This stuff ain't cheap, I need more money. But when I buy that green, I got the best they got. Cause I'm living la vida smoker. Now I'm high
as a kite. Been smoking all night.
all night
All night long.
Let me hit that bong, baby. Bong, 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 bong. I ain't gonna blow you. Smoke it in a pipe too. But best of all is that bong, ba bong, bong, bong. This thing right here.
Ooh.
Yeah, tell me about it. Just letting all the people know. Ooh.
Quarterback 2 in the startup. I mean, yeah, but I'd make sure to have a quarterback 3 as well, who was a starter. I would like definitely make sure that that's a priority. Oh man. Where is it? But yeah, so what the fuck happened to his what the fuck happened to him? And I see it says with a toe injury. So is it a toe? Is it a hamstring? What is it? Brown always sniping Roshan. He got. I mean, I don't know. Crispy's had Roshan in a bunch of these last drafts, but yeah, Roshan. I mean, just good draft cap, just good draft value there around the 20s. Uh-oh, K2 got in the zone.
Get in the zone.
Anal zone. All right. Oh, and reminder, if you guys have an iPhone, make sure you go leave me a 5-star review on Apple. He got him. I want to talk to Samson.
You know what I want? I want to talk to Samson. Climb into the moon like that bitch Alice Cram.
The 400 ain't bad. So what's your discount again? I think it's like 10%. I don't know if it applies to every single I don't know if it applies to every single like I don't know if it would apply to the Switch 2 or not. I know someone had a hammy injury today, said man got okay. Okay, so maybe it wasn't neighbors who had the hammy injury. I mean, because we hate that hamstring injuries in the off season. It sucks. I mean, just really any kind of soft tissue. Oh shit, it was Ricky P that got the hammy. That sucks. Yeah, for redraft, I'm probably not fucking with them. I mean, best ball is a little bit different, because you don't have to start or sit them. I mean, they're good enough, they play. If they're not good enough, they don't play. And that's it. But man, yeah, but it did say neighbors had a toe though. It didn't really, I couldn't really get any more specifics other than was limited with the toe issue. That's why I went Eugen Jennings tonight. Yeah, man. Damn. Hopefully there's nothing wrong with him. Hopefully there's nothing wrong with him. Let's see. Man, tomorrow, guys, I'm gonna try to record like 50 fucking trade videos, maybe more.
Yes, love those, man. I try to answer every single one when they pop up.
Yeah, I finally like, man, I've just been so busy. I haven't like, I don't know, maybe it's me getting in my head too. Like, man, should I really post like 3 of these a day in addition to all the shit that I'm already posting? You know, because I think the last time I recorded like 30 of them, and I just got through all those, and yeah, I got a shitload to record. It's gonna knock them all out.
So speaking of trades, I don't know if I mentioned this, but some dude offered me Isaiah Davis and a 2026 fourth for my Justin Fields, right?
Uh-huh.
I laughed at him. I'm like,
That's a great deal for you, man. Why wouldn't you do that?
Yeah. So I mean,
Isaiah
countered-
Davis is a killer.
His argument was, well, he was like, Justin Fields sucks, and he's not gonna be a starter all year, and
Valid point.
and then he was like,
Does
well, and then he was like, well, you also have like Knicks and Herbert and Drake May, so he's just a bench player for you. So I'm like, so you want to take one of my good bench players and give me like crap, like 2 bench players like that I'm gonna drop probably. So anyway, after all that argument, we're in a startup yesterday, and we're in the 5th round of a startup. Motherfucker takes Justin Fields in the 5th round, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like before Cam Ward. So I'm thinking, like, you're telling me the dude sucks, and you took him in the 5th round in a startup.
Well, I mean, that's just good. That's just good trade negotiations. I mean, if anybody ever is trading for a person and says that they suck, like, I just never, like, I don't know. Why would you even believe him? Like, okay, if he sucks, why are you trading for him? Tell me that.
So I think I sent him like my 20th round in the startup plus next year's 4th, and like, I don't know, something stupid. And he laughed. He's like, "Are you kidding? Like, is this supposed to be a joke? Like, hey, it's better than your offer." Man.
Yeah, trading. That's why I always tell people, like, you really shouldn't focus on trying to find a specific player that you want to trade for. You need to find a trade partner. You know, like, why do you think the same NFL teams keep trading with the same NFL teams? Like, why do you think the same baseball teams trade with the same baseball teams a lot? It's because they have a good trading relationship. And like, that's like super important.
Yep.
Hey, Minnesota Marty, what up, bro? Yeah, Mike said, Chase sucks. I'll give you a bag of chips. Right?
Yeah, I mean, his argument didn't make sense, because say I had like a wallet full of money, right? Am I gonna give you $1 just because I got a bunch load of money, and I'm gonna get like what, a couple pennies out of it?
Yeah. It's like, man, your pocket's getting a little fat with all those dollars. Maybe you should trade me some. I'll give you this piece of paper with an IOU on it. That's as good as money, sir. That's an IOU.
Man. Oh, and the best part is he brought it up in the chat, like, oh, this other kid, and he's like, why do you keep denying my trades? And the guy comes in, he's like, we didn't have any trade talks. You sent me one trade and it was horrible, so I declined it.
Yeah. And I don't like the people who take who need to take whatever they're saying in private for a trade. I don't like, I never take the people seriously when they need to take it to the main chat, you know, or like, look at what this guy sent me. Like, it's so bad. Like, he actually thinks I'm going to accept it. Like, man, I don't even like that, because you never know what people will accept. And some people are just fucking stupid. Like one trade that I saw like today that happened. I'm just curious what side you would be on. So Jacoby Myers, just no context. Jacoby Myers for Kyle Williams. Which side do you think you would be on? If you weren't in a rebuild, you know, like you're a middle of the road, like type of team. So like, you're not a rebuild, but you're not like a contender necessarily, but you're a middle of the road, maybe a potential playoff team. How about that for context?
Yeah. Myers, like, I think he's going to do good again this year, but he's only has one more year on his contract. I don't know where he's going to end up. Kyle Williams, man, I think he's going to be that deep threat.
Man, I forgot that I can't ask you a question about rookies.
Yeah, but value wise, I would go with Jacoby Myers.
Okay, throw it in the chat. I'm curious what else. I'm curious what other people think too. Because I mean, when I saw that, I mean, I'd rather take the solidified guy, even if it is I only get him for 1 or 2 seasons, because I know he's getting old, man. I mean, he's old.
Simmons is old.
Mike said Myers Williams was a late second. That wasn't second. Was he a second?
No, it was an early third in the NFL draft, but he goes like in the mid to late second in rookie drafts. And
second or third, I've seen him go anywhere kind of in between. It depends on if people start going IDP. Like, I guess it's the leagues that have IDP where he might drop to the third.
And I've even got him in the fourth because he was buried so far down in the early drafts, like way down on sleeper. And people didn't know about him. So I was like, yes, I'm going to get him in the fourth.
I remember because there was a couple leagues where I did get him late, but then there was one league where I had the 212 and like every single offensive person got taken that I wanted. Like it was like a real funky draft where nobody dropped to that spot in my eyes. And I took Kyle Williams. And like 3 people messaged me after that. They were like, you fucker. I thought that I was going to be able to get him. It was like my 3-1 or 3-2 because like he was, you know, he was dropping later than that. Yeah, Jay Money said Myers good for 125 targets. I mean, that's what I mean. Like if I was a rebuilding team, like I'd probably want to go with the youth for that. But if I'm a team that like, you know, could be a playoff team and potentially go somewhere. I mean, shit, Myers is going to help you win a championship more over these next 2 years. And I think Kyle Williams will. But yeah, Myers for now, Williams for the long term for sure. And the guy who, because I even told the guy with his team, like I even recommended, he was like, man, what do you think? Like, I'm not even sure like what to send. Like this guy has Jacoby Myers on the block. And he was like, he said something about like Kyle Williams, but I don't know if he'll take it. And I was like, well, you never know how much these guys like value the rookies. I was like, you send that first. If they decline it, then maybe you add in a pick.
Yeah.
And he sent it. And he was like, he accepted it. So I was like, yeah, so you just never know. Like, got to take the shot. Because it's even enough to where someone wouldn't get pissed about you sending them that trade. Like that I already knew. Because that's what you don't want to do if you want someone to take you seriously. You can't send them such a bullshit trade that you actually expect them to accept.
Yeah, like that Fields for Isaiah Davis. Like,
yeah.
Come on now.
Why would anybody trade for Isaiah Davis? Like,
but I would give up like a mid second for Jacoby Myers, and that's right around where Kyle Williams is going. So I like it.
TJ said I recently just liked the QB on the guy's team. He said the manager sent me 7 consecutive trades without even asking what I was thinking. Yeah, and seeing that's kind of like those are the keep trade cut people, I feel.
Yeah.
Because they're just trying to, you know, mix and match and whatever value and like that. Like when people even ask me for trade advice, they're like, hey, I want to trade for this person. What do you think I should offer? And I'm like, first, before we even waste our time, is that guy even going to trade like that person? Like, go look, like where'd they finish last year? And like, did they finish as a top team? You know, if they did, probably not going to want to trade that guy. So I just go ask, hey, would you trade that guy for the right price and see what they say? Because sometimes just getting any kind of convo going, like you're way more likely to make a good trade doing it that way.
Yeah, I do that a lot. I try to get into people's DMs, talk a little bit, kind of gauge what they're thinking.
Yeah. And that's how fucking GMs in the NFL do it, right? They're not fucking sending like random fucking trade offers through some app, you know, like they're talking it out. And I feel like if you talk it out, you can negotiate better because like, you know, it's not, there's actual negotiations going on. There's talks going on. You can kind of understand and gauge how much people like people. Because that's what you have to figure out. How much does this person like this one person? I can't tell you how many times, like I knew someone had a shitload of running backs. I had a shitload of wide receivers. And I'm like, hey, Let's do a running back for wide receiver, kind of swap here. Let's see if we can find something that works. And I'm like, who do you like least out of these 3 running backs that you have? And so often I get blown away that they're the person that they like the least is the person that I like the most.
Yeah. Yep. We just get a better deal on them, man.
Yeah. Because you go for the cheaper person in their eyes, even though you like them more. You just don't, you don't start gushing and drooling over how much you like that player. You're like, I don't even like that player, but he's the guy that I can get the cheapest though, right? It's just little things like that. But yeah, talking it out. And it's way more fun talking out a trade because you get to put your negotiation skills to the test. And TJ. Man, I almost want to do Isaiah Pacheco for a late second. I don't know if he would. He wouldn't do it for a 3rd and a 4th. I'm a little RB needy in that league, but I think the 105 or the 106, something like that. And I know I'm going to get a running back there. I'm just not sure who's going to fall. Man, Ken Murray, this motherfucker.
He's a bum. He was a bum then, and he's a bum now.
Bum. He's a bum. Forget this bum. A bum. You bum. You're just a jealous, lazy bum.
Yeah. And Robert, what up, bro? He said, what up, Alex? By any chance, have you seen a lot of rookie drafts yet? Got a question for you. If yes, bro, man, have you follow me on Facebook? Because you should follow on Patreon because you can follow for free. And dude, I posted maybe close to 50 rookie drafts that have happened. So yeah, there's a shitload of rookie drafts that I've seen.
And I've already finished probably at least 17 or 18 of mine. So I got about 10 more to go, I think. Or no, shit, more than that.
There you go. You got some good intel right on the panel here.
And don't forget, we got that Dynasty group on Facebook. Alex has the Patreon.
Oh, yeah. Crispy said, my latest trade talks, them. What do you want for so-and-so? Me. Sends offer. Them. Insult, me. Don't fucking ask.
Yes.
That's what I don't like about people is when they get so upset that you value someone so high that you want a lot for them. But people are like, oh, but you should just trade them for me for less. It's like, why? If I value them this high, we either pick a different player to talk about or we're not a good fit.
Yep.
And just it's the way the cookie crumbles. Uh-oh. Brown got fucking Zach Allen in the 27th round. No Crispy in this one. No snatching him in the 19th round, even though Crispy did hold off. He got in the 24th or 25th round the other day. He said, okay, then average draft position. Where has Genty got drafted at so far? That's
101.
Yeah.
Past 101, man.
Number 1 and 2 are consensus, unless we're talking with an IDP league. That's Genty and Hampton.
Yeah, but I've also seen Ward go 102.
Well, I'm just saying I've seen Hunter go 102 as well, but that's so far away from the norm.
Yeah, I actually took Hunter 102, but it was a IDP league also.
Yeah, see, exactly. I mean, Hunter could go 101, and I've seen him go 101 in IDP.
Yeah,
leagues.
yep.
I've also passed up on him. Hunter's one of those guys who he deserves to be ranked high, but I also just have this gut feeling about him that he's going to be a fucking flop, man. Everything was kind of tailored towards him and Shador. And the last person that I saw say that the NFL was easy was fucking Anthony Richardson. And look what happened to him. And fucking Hunter and Shador are making all these jokes. The NFL even going to be hard? And who said the NFL was hard just a couple days ago on a podcast? Saquon Barkley. So if someone like Saquon Barkley is saying that the NFL is hard, who are we going to listen to? Because the guy who says it's hard is going to outwork everybody else. The guy who says that it's easy is not going to outwork everybody else. So that was a big red flag when I heard that. I know they're just young, dumb kids, but there's grown men who are fighting for their livelihood at this point. They're not.
Did we answer that Swift question?
Let's see. Here we go. You guys think D Swift has a positive regression? No, I hate that term as well. But no, I don't think so. I mean, their line is better, but Swift just sucks, man. And like, I mean, their line is better, but look at what they're doing. Like, look at all the pieces that they are adding to the offensive, like to the passing part of this offense. I mean, the tight ends and the wide receivers, and I don't think they're going to be a run first team. I think that they're going to be one of those teams that is on the the lower end of rushing percentage versus passing percentage.
Yeah, plus they use Roschon on the goal line. That'll take away touchdowns.
Yeah, it's not good for him. Robert, I recently had to remind someone, just send me a picture of keep trade cut, wanting me to send Lamar, Scary Terry, and James Cook for Jordan Love and a bunch of picks that added up to be fair on keep trade cut. Yeah. Like, what the fuck? I hate that because you could manipulate that however the fuck you want to. Like, I mean, you could add whatever fucking stupid picks in there, and like, not one of those picks could ever turn into Lamar Jackson. Never. Never know.
So what was that trade? It was,
I mean, it doesn't even matter. It's probably a bunch of bullshit.
No,
Robert,
the Taylor trade with the 101.
Oh, let's see. Reason I'm asking is I'm thinking about that Taylor trade you posted with the picks for the 101. Oh, hold on. So let me that was one that I posted on YouTube.
I think it was Taylor and 108 or no 107.
Yeah, let me
for 101. I commented on it, so if you want to take a look at my thoughts, but if I remember, like if you can get,
yeah, it's Taylor, the 107 and the 307 for the 101. I thought that it was crazy. That
I thought the 307 was 307's on the other side, the 101, right?
No, 101 was by itself.
Oh, okay. But yeah, no, I like that Taylor side, man, because you're getting 2 top 10 running backs.
Yeah,
Taylor and then like either Henderson or Judkins.
But it's someone who wants Genty like that bad. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, I'm sure if you're in a 12-team league and you have the 101, I'm sure that all 11 people would like to buy it from you. You got to find out who's going to buy it for the most, you know, like, I mean, that's the only way to trade the 101. Like, if you're not going to get some fat ass trade for the 101, you might as well just take Genty, because you could trade him in a month or two and his value is just going to rise as well.
Yep.
The only way his value doesn't rise is if he gets fucking hurt, you know, and knock on wood, we don't want anybody getting hurt before the season, because we all got assets everywhere of these guys. But the longer, you know, when you draft Genty, the longer you hold it, the more valuable he's going to get, because the closer you get to the season, people are going to get RB needy. So that's why I'm not selling that pick unless you get, you know, a nice haul for it. Nice. He said, sweet DX hat, by the way. Oh, you already know.
And of course, if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you!
The New Age Outlaws are back.
Ooh.
Definitely 101 in the rookie draft. Yeah, 801 in the startups, or 108 in the startups. Yeah.
I just saw a clip today. It was K Quick's debut. He came out with to save Road Dogg, and him and Road Dogg started rapping, dude. It was awesome.
Yeah, it's fucking art. He goes by R-Truth now. He's still around. Like, how fucking crazy
it was
is that?
K
He's
Quick.
still around.
K Quick when he first started.
Yeah. It's fucking crazy, man. Like that he's been going this long. And yeah, and fucking Road Dogg, man. He must have been cool as hell to hang out with back in the day. Because like his dad was a wrestler too. So like that's, you know, like you look at him, like he's no bodybuilder. Like he's not fucking 7 feet tall or anything like that. Like he looks like someone who couldn't even pick up, you know, someone to suplex, you know, because he looks like that scrawny. But like he had the charisma and he knew how to fucking tell a story in the ring. And like, I loved it that he always talked about smoking weed, you know, like that was my 12 and 13-year-old self didn't even smoke weed yet and just thought weed was like the coolest thing in the world, because it's like guys like Road Dogg and the fucking Godfather,
man.
Roll a fatty for this pimp daddy.
He was a huge pothead, man.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what was cool though. He never got into any trouble or anything because he said most of the time, you know, he was just smoking. You know, like a lot of times he wasn't going out to the bars with these guys when shit was going down because he was just like at the hotel room smoking. I struggled with the Tet McMillan value because of how much I don't trust Young. Yeah, me too. It's one of those things, man, where like we already knew the wide receiver class was, you know, somewhat weak, like at the top, like not super top heavy, like the last couple like drafts. And like I'm with you on Tet. Like he's someone that I avoid at all costs if I could get one of those 6 running backs. You know, like
same.
I want one of those guys over Tet.
I've taken Henderson over Tet.
Like, would you take Caleb Williams? He's like the lowest out of those 6. Would you? Caleb Johnson, sorry.
No, I would go Tet over Caleb Johnson.
See, I'd still take Caleb Johnson over Tet. Like that's how much that's how nervous I am about him. I feel like those 6, like, you know, they might not be super big this year. Like, you know, Caleb Johnson, like I still, you know, they got issues over there with their line and, you know, with Warren, but I mean, could be the last year for Warren and Caleb could be the guy, you know, moving forward.
Yeah. So right now I got Caleb Johnson and RJ Harvey like right at RB between 13 to 15. No, I'd say 13 to 16 tier.
Well, CTJ, Egbuka or Tet. Now, I mean, straight up, it's Tet and it's not even close. But if you could get Egbuka plus, you know, like that's something that I would be interested in for sure.
See, I think going forward, like maybe next year or the year after, I think Egbuka is going to have a better career than Tet, but Tet will give you that immediate production right away. So like right now, I have Tet at overall wide receiver like 15 or 16.
Fuck for redraft?
No. I'm talking dynasty.
Okay. What I mean, but that's what I meant. I mean, what I meant to say was overall, literally out of every single player in the NFL, you have or a wide receiver in the NFL, you have him at 15 or 16.
Yeah, like we're right around like the T. Higgins, Rashee Rice, Odunze, Worthy.
And I know a lot of it's because of his age and a lot of it is because of potential, but man, I would like to hear who your next guys are after him through like number 20 or 20.
Well,
who are the next 5 guys that you have after him?
Like T. Higgins, Rashee Rice, Odunze, Worthy.
Damn, so you have them above Odunze already.
Pickens. I actually see a world where Luther Burden in the future is a better receiver than Odunze.
I mean,
yeah, I don't have it ranked that way, but I see it.
I'm not in love with Odunze, but I guess I don't hate him as much as everybody does. And, you know, when I say hate, I don't mean literally people like hate his guts. I just mean they undervalue him in the way that they rank him. I mean, he was 109 last year. Like, why is he downgraded so much this year now that they got rid of Keenan Allen and he's automatically getting higher in the depth chart?
Yeah, it's a good question. Because last year I think I had him in that area where I have Tet now, like that 15, 14.
Right. I guess that's what I don't get, how he would go down when I feel like being even third fiddle last year that I think he still did better. Well, he did better than I thought he was going to do, but I guess people have these so crazy fucking expectations for what rookies are going to do. Do you think that's why maybe he went down in people's rankings?
They added Loveland. They added Luther Burden. So maybe that's the reason.
Because he still has higher draft capital than both of those guys.
It's very true. Yeah.
I wish I could. I wish I could understand the logic behind. I mean, I could. You share your logic with me, so I could understand. But man, I feel like the dynasty rankings they get, like, because that's why I hate keep trade cut. You know, it's not just because it's like a tool that I think like is bad for people to use. It's because I think the rankings are so bad, and a lot of it has to do with how high fucking certain rookies get like put on the list. Crispy said, "What's your value on Nick Nash?"
Holy shit! So the consensus rankings on Fantasy Pros has him at Doomsday at 21. So I'm higher than the consensus.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like that's where I feel like the hate, because I know he was higher than that last year as a rookie coming out. Also, what's crazy because it's almost like that's where this fantasy regression comes from. Is like people are so high on him that he has to regress lower, to kind of like even out like how wrong everybody was. Oh yeah, Crispy said, "What's your value on Nick Nash?"
I don't even have him ranked. He's not even on my radar, honestly.
Do you know who that is though?
Yeah, I've heard of him.
It's crazy. He led all college with receptions, yards, and touchdowns. But he went to San Jose State.
Oh, he's already 25 years old. He went undrafted.
That's probably another reason. Yeah, he's on the Falcons.
He actually compares to best comparable player James Jones. He had a good year.
Robert said, "Think Scatabo ends up being the starter with the Giants." I don't think so. I think he's going to be third fiddle for at least this year. But guys like Devin Singletary, I mean, he's probably done this year, right? But Tracy, like, I think that they like Tracy, so I don't think that like Scatabo's like jumping up in front of him, like unless Tracy gets hurt.
But if they like them so much, why would they draft Scatabo?
Well, it's not like they drafted him high. What was he, a fourth round pick?
But like,
yeah, like that's nothing for draft capital.
But
like,
wasn't Tracy like a fifth round?
I mean,
let me see.
I guess I don't even remember what Tracy was because I'm just thinking of him as being a rookie and kind of overtaking Devin Singletary at certain times.
He was end of the fifth, 531.
Yeah.
But you got to remember, Tracy also had that fumble issue at the end of the year, right?
Yeah.
Scatabo, man, he was one of my hardest players to actually like dive into because he had such a good year. Like he was the number 2 running back behind Genty last year.
Yeah, but where'd he go? Stanford?
Good question. Yeah, I don't know what college, but he had such like an erratic running style. I don't know if it's going to translate that.
Peace out, Derek. Good draft, bro. What it do, K2?
Later, Derek.
Robert says Scatabo has tons of heart. I mean, well, yeah, he's a gym rat. Like, I mean, we could use all those, the white running back, like type of like, terminology they use like around them. Arizona State. Okay. See, I knew it was somewhere though, that if it's not in the SEC, like even then I'll take it. I'll take it seriously. It like everybody has good seasons. Like, I mean, if you're drafted in the NFL, you've had a good season, at least one, or you're not getting drafted. I mean, so like all these guys are good. They're all great. We're talking the best of the best of the best, sir, the 1%ers, so they're all fucking great. I
mean, he was a 0-star recruit coming out of high school. So
yeah,
you gotta give him respect, like working his way up like that and putting up that monster season.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's also because I don't even pay attention to like college. Mm-hmm. Very, very little because I feel like it would make me be a little bit more hyped like on it, I guess.
Yeah, like I've seen him go early second. He usually doesn't fall past 205, so that's too early for me. So I don't draft him. But in my going for 2 staff league, he fell to 212, and I had to take him at that point.
Yeah, I think I've even taken him when he dropped to me at 211 or 212. I didn't like it, but it's also because all the wide receivers were gone that I wanted to get at that point.
Exactly. Yep.
All right, Brown, you're after Mike. It's gonna be that guy John. Who's first. And so funny because there's a that guy Patreon member And I appreciate you, that guy, because now I realized who the fuck it is. It's that guy, 9099. Not sure if you knew, but you're on the credits of the show. I roll the credits at the end of every show. And actually, hold on. Maybe just remember one thing. There we go. All right, and Mike said drafted way different from the norm tonight. Had to mix it up. There we go. Christopher said biggest problem with keep trade cut is the fuckers like to try to pad the numbers with the quantity. Or yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's fucking dumb. Yeah, I'll give you this 6 guys for 1. Yeah, I mean, because even if I'm rebuilding, like that's the only way that I'll give up someone, someone big, and it wouldn't be for a bunch of like bullshit players though. It would have to be for a bunch of first or second rounders. There's like no point. Peace out, Robert. Catch you later, bro. All right, here we go with that guy, John. Starting with the quarterbacks. Ooh, he was playing QB chicken and ended up with Bryce Young and Geno. Maybe not the worst combo of quarterbacks that I've seen, but we are talking lower end of the spectrum here. Spencer Rattler, I know he usually goes before the 23rd, so that's good value, especially if he starts for some of the games in the beginning of the season. And Mason Rudolph, it's so funny. Jamie, have you ever seen the movie The Sitter?
The Sitter sounds familiar. Is that with that fat dude, Jonah Hill?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
The movie's fucking hilarious.
I love that movie, yeah.
And there's one part in there towards the end where it's like Method Man and the chick who was in Orange is the New Black, the one who dies kind of early off. And she like punches him. He lets her punch him in the face for like puking in her grandma's ashes or something from way back in the day. And so just gets fully cold clocked. And Method Man, after that, he's like, I like your style, you dig? We ever need some crazy white boy to roll with us and get punched in the face? I'm calling you up. And Jonah Hill was all excited. He's like, yeah, I mean. Super fucking funny. So every time I see Mason Rudolph, because of him getting hit in the head with Myles Garrett's helmet, I think of that. So every time we talk about it, I'm going to bring that up because that shit's funny. So yeah, I mean. All right. Man, so I'm giving it a C+ for the quarterbacks. I mean, both these guys. I mean, I feel like Bryce is like a C+ to me. Geno's like a B-, but also because of the lack of depth, I'm gonna go with the lower end of the spectrum there with the C+. I do like the running backs though.
Yeah, I like that.
Bucky and Genty and James Conner. Now, see, the thing for me, I mean, we're talking about the rookie hype and all that. I still have Genty as a B- guy, and a lot of it is because of playing on the Raiders, the fucking Raiders line, and things like that. So I'm not ranking him as like an A player yet because he hasn't done anything for one in the NFL and because of the Raiders bullshit. But Bucky's like a B+ guy, probably one of the guys who's as close to an A without being an A. And James Conner's like a B- or a C+ like type guy. So I think it would kind of all average out to like a B.
I mean, if Connor stays healthy, I think you got to put him up to like a B.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard.
Yeah. Because I like him when he's healthy. It's just him not staying healthy.
Exactly.
And he's got years of, of missing percentages of the season to why we would think this way. Wide receivers, Nico, AJ Brown, and Garrett Wilson. I mean, that's a nice trio.
I like it.
TJ Hawkinson, Reed, also in the mix there for the starters. I'm going to say a B+. I mean, you don't have any of the guys who I think are like an A, but Nico and AJ Brown are like B+ to me, and Garrett Wilson, like, I think I've dropped, like last year I would have said he was a B+, but I feel like he's dropped to a B, but he's got a lot of potential with Fields to exceed that grade.
Yeah, I still have him at the top 12. So I like that trio, all top 12s for me.
And let's see, IDP. Micah Parsons. Okay. Sometimes you might have to draft him that early. But I would just not draft him that early. Like he's not going to pay off points wise. Like earlier in the week, he's drafted 15, 16, 17. It's just me reminding people like he's not a top end IDP player as a whole. Like if we had defensive line positions in here, he'd be like top 5, like there, maybe like top 3, like there. But because we only have IDP flex, he's like, shit, I don't know, maybe in the 20s or 30s somewhere.
That's funny because I drafted Parsons and Dean in the Bad Boys together.
In around this range, 12 and 13?
No, it was later. I didn't even take my first guy in IDP until 12, I think.
Armani, sounds good, bro. You're going to be after Brown. You're going to be 4th. We're on the first one right now. So now Dean, he's not going to play till like after Thanksgiving probably. So like, I'm not saying don't pick him, but you could just pick him way, way later because he's not going to play for maybe like 3/4 of the season. And if he played on a shitty team, he probably wouldn't be playing at all. But because it's the Eagles, are probably going to be going to the playoffs and make another playoff run. So that's why he will be coming back. But it's going to be like December.
I took Dean in the 20th, Parsons in the 16th.
Okay. Seeing like that's not bad. I mean, and seeing even Dean, I would wait. He's gonna go later. He's gonna go in like the 30s, like or like somewhere close to it, unless someone's picking him who doesn't know. And Weird Ball, what up? He said, "Who the fuck took Diggs?" We haven't even talked about him yet, but he is on this team. He's in the 11th, and so he's on the dude's bench. And man, Diggs he's partying out on those yachts, man. You know they got blow, they got hookers.
That you don't know that what that was in that pink bag.
Just partying. And Weird Ball says Diggs is injured. Is he injured? I don't know if he is. I mean, we still got like 3 months before the season starts, too. Hollywood, what up, bro? And TJ said I'm calling Benson takeover this year. Only due to injury.
Yes.
I don't think I still haven't seen him be good enough to be like, yeah, he's way better than James Conner. Like I haven't seen him. He said, I think TJ Hawkinson could have a Detroit type season. He could be a JJ safety jump off. Yeah, I mean, see, like we got to see though, like they didn't, as much as we think that they're going to keep running through the tight end, they really don't. Like, I don't know if that's the quarterback's issue. I don't know if that's the play calling issue, but it's not like they're calling the tight end's number like we really expected them to. Like when it was like the Norv Turner like style over there where they were like legit running through the tight end. But you got JJ, so yep, we are reviewing a draft right now. Yep, we just did this draft like right now. We draft every day at 6 p.m. West Coast time, 9 p.m. Eastern. It's an $11 best ball draft. And it's all a part of a huge ass tournament. Last year's winner took home $5,000. This year it's going to be even higher, and that's only the grand champion. It's going to be a whole bunch of people that win money.
Yeah, we also got slow drafts going constantly. 2 years ago, I came in second in this whole tournament. Last year, I don't remember what I placed, but I know I got my money back, so it's worth playing.
And when Jamie got second place, he was sounding kind of modest. He won like $1,000 for winning. Didn't even know either. Just happened.
I hopped in on one of your podcasts like days later, and you're like, Jamie, you won. And I'm like, what the fuck? I went nuts, dude. Like I was screaming, jumping around. I was like, fuck yeah, $1,000.
Hell yeah. All right, Carl, sounds good. He said, I'll take a grade. You'll be after Armani. You'll be 5th. We're almost done with the first one right now. And Patrick Queen.
She's a killer queen.
Nick Benito, Jihad Campbell, Quay Walker, Kirby Joseph, Tremaine Edmonds, Yvonne Pace, Trey Walker, Mason Graham. Yeah, probably wasted a pick there.
Yeah.
And then Byron Young.
But everything above Mason Graham, I like.
I'm not mad at Micah Parsons. Not mad. I mean, Dean.
I think it was a little too early.
I've thrown away picks on a couple of my drafts. So, I mean, I'm not saying he's even a throwaway. You just drafted him early.
Like I said, I got him in the 16th, and I got Dean in the 20th. So just for next time, just don't reach on him.
Yeah, and like as much as I don't like Mason Graham in a league like this, like I can't even really like drop you down. He's a 30th round pick. Yeah, just one spot. So I'm gonna say a B on this IDP. It's not too shabby.
Yep. I can get down with a B.
And then the bench starts with Diggs, with Kraft, Pitts, Benson, Pat Bryant, treating your nose to some Coker, Marks, Michael Wilson, and Christian Watson. I mean, same Christian Watson going to be out for, at least you got him in the 33rd. But yeah, that's where you should have got Dean also. And then, Gadsden, the tight end for the Chargers, and then Theo Huxtable Johnson on the Giants.
I mean, Gaston has a Disley and Conklin in front of him, but I like him as a big-bodied slot type receiver.
Hey, circled cross. What up, Ziggy? If I'm assuming you're coming in for a grade, you're going to be after Carl Beauchamp, and so you'll be 6th. So, what would I say for this bench? I mean, guys like Kraft are like people who like help me bring up the average. I mean, Diggs will kind of bring up the average a little bit.
And then like you got Benson, and then they have Connor too.
Yeah. So
that might, I like that. Like I did that in Bad Boys. I had Swift, and then I got Roschon.
There you go. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna give it a B- for the bench, and when you get a B-, it's kind of like neutral towards the overall score. It doesn't really raise it up, raise it down.
It's impossible to get like an A for the bench, so anything in the B's are good.
Yeah, because the players are only so good. I mean,
exactly. Yep.
All right, so at least for me, the way that I was grading this, so I said C+ for the QBs, B+ I said a B for the RBs, and it was a B+ for the wide receivers, and then a B for the IDP, and then a B- for the bench. So wide receivers and IDP bringing the average up, running backs and the bench kind of maintaining the average, and then the QBs kind of bringing the average down a little. Yeah, I think this one's going to be in 86 overall is what I'm going to say.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that.
It's not too shabby.
86, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not liking the quarterbacks a lot, but getting those two that late, come on, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, I mean that one got the lowest score out of everything, and it's not, if you only have one starter, you're getting like a D or like a C-.
Yeah.
It really depends on how good that quarterback is, but you still got 2 starters here, and got a few on the bench as well. All right, I got to go refill my water real quick.
Cool.
But we're going with Minnesota Mike here. Where's he at? Oh. At number 11, we just did number 12. Now we're at number 11. All right. You want to just start this? I'll be back in like 30 seconds. I'll be back real quick.
Yeah. Let's get my
You the man, John. Appreciate you, bro. And hold on. He said there were savages with the QBs. I seen 2 teams didn't even pick a QB for a while. Yeah, he said.
Yeah.
But for sure, helpful. Thanks and good drafting, fellas. Hell yeah, bro. Every live draft, I always do the grades after, and I try to give just honest, feedback. Because who knows? It's always been a running joke that it's going to be someone that I grade an F who ends up winning this thing. It's never going to be a team that I think is good. It's always going to be a team that we all think suck and then ends up doing good.
All right, so let's see. You got CeeDee Lamb. Top 3 in my ranks right there. Derrick Henry, top 5 running back in my ranks. Mayfield. He's finished top 5 the past 2 years. Good pick. Golf. Be careful with golf. I like him in best ball a lot because I had Bob Lung on my show a couple days ago, and he was talking about his consistency guide he puts out every year. And it's like a 67 or 68% consistency at home, but on the road, it's only like a 23% consistency. And you got to remember last year, yeah, he did awesome, but he only played 3 outdoor games last year. I think it was 49ers, the Packers, and maybe the Bears. I can't remember, but yeah, so 3 outdoor games. And then Jordan Love, man, I love your quarterbacks. You got 3 great guys. Montgomery, he was putting up top 12 numbers last year before he got hurt, along with Gibbs was also like top 8 at the same time. So I know they lost Ben Johnson, but I don't think they're going to go away from that duo. So Montgomery could easily be top 15, and you're getting him this late. Aaron Jones, very underrated. People are sleeping on Aaron Jones a lot. Same with Pacheco. People are sleeping on Pacheco. Well, they didn't even add anyone, really, besides that rookie, Brashard Smith. I'm not worried about him.
Yeah, not really crazy about that guy.
All right, so Alex is back. You can take over.
All right, here we go.
Thing.
All right, yeah, it was going to be faster, but my old ass. Water started pouring, and I had to piss. You know how it goes. So QBs, okay. So got him right in the middle, but still got Baker, Goff, and Jordan Love. Any backups there? Not all backups, so, or not all to back up your squad. So we'll just grade it off of these guys. But fuck, man, I'm gonna say a B because I feel like Jordan Love and Goff probably B's. Baker Mayfield, I mean, for being nice, we give him B plus, but say a B for that. Running backs, I mean, I still have Derrick Henry as an A. So even though you got him in the second round, he's still considered an A to me. I've been consistent about that the whole time. David Montgomery, Aaron Jones, Pacheco.
That's a nice running back.
I know. I can't give it an A, but I'm gonna say it's a B plus.
Yeah, B plus is cool.
And then pass catchers: CeeDee Lamb, Ridley, Kelsey, and Ayuk.
Ooh, not liking the Kelsey, not liking the Ayuk.
I mean, I like Kelsey because it's tight end premium, and because I think like he's actually gonna be able to pay off like that kind of draft capital.
Now that he's not in the spotlight with his boyfriend Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
I mean that kind of chilled out, so maybe he does step back up.
Chris, we said just wear a diaper on your podcast to be more efficient. I know. Have you guys with kids ever seen that movie Boss Baby? Said they got diapers.
Yes.
It's more. They got diapers. It's more efficient. Do you know how much time people spend on the toilet? So funny. But
I do like Ridley as a good value, man.
Yeah, he's gonna.
We saw what he did last year. He got over 1,000 yards with shit quarterback play.
Yeah.
Now he has like like the 101 coming in. So I like that value on Ridley. He's actually one of my targets in best balls recently.
I'm gonna say it's a B because I like CD's an A to me, but like Ridley's like a B, I'd say, and then like Kelsey's probably like a B minus at this point. Because there's not too many tight ends. Like we got 2 tight ends that I'd consider A's, and then like a couple that are B's, and it just like it drops off a cliff like real quick.
Yeah. So I'm not liking the Ayuk pick, but I do like that he got Jennings right after.
Yeah, and so that'll make his bench score a little bit higher for sure.
Yeah, because Pearsall is going to benefit from when Ayuk is coming back from injury. So Jennings is still going to get his. He got 100 and some targets, 112 targets last year.
Yeah,
shit like that.
TJ, cookies are for closers. See, I knew that some of my peeps out there knew. And you know what's funny? Do you guys know where that came from? The Glenn Ross coffee.
Yeah.
Wait,
Glenn Ross. I know that. That's a playwright.
Yeah, it's there's a part in there where Alec Baldwin comes in to kind of like rile up these shitty real estate fucking salesman. He's like, you call yourself a salesman, you son of a bitch. And then like someone's trying to like pour some coffee. He just screams, "Put that coffee down." Coffee is for closers.
Yeah, I remember that line. I didn't see the movie. I didn't know they even made it a movie, but I read the play when I was in college.
Cool. Yeah, that's really the only that's the only scene that I've ever saw from there. It was like when I was at a sales job. One of our managers showed us that to kind of rile us up.
Nice.
Good scene though. Good scene. And yeah, always be closing. Yeah. A, always B, C, closing. Always be closing. And what did he say? He was like, someone was like questioning him. He's like, who the hell are you? And then like he pulls out his watch and he's like, this watch costs more than your car. It's like I'm the guy that made I don't know 100-something thousand last year. He was like, how much did you make? Yeah, Alec Baldwin, man, he went hard in that scene, that's for sure. But yeah, Glengarry. All you have to do is search Alec Baldwin, Glengarry Glen Ross on YouTube, and yeah, it's like a 5-minute scene or something. It's
Dude, I want to check out that whole movie.
See,
I was a fan.
I think. Well, see, if you've read the whole play, right, you might like it. I've heard the movie kind of sucks. It's just that scene that kind of like steals the whole. That scene kind of steals the whole movie because Alec Baldwin. That's the only scene that he's in. All right. So I'm gonna. What did I say? A B. I'm gonna say a B for the pass catchers because CD's he's throwing all these guys on his back.
B.
IDP.
I'll say B minus.
IDP starts it off with Henley, Nick Cross, Buda Baker, Quincy Williams, Van Ginkel. Hey, you got to get him in the 18th, not like Crispy's ass getting him in like the 13th and 14th.
Yeah.
Daniil Hunter. So let me see. So Henley through Van Ginkel would be the starters. Okay, so Hunter would be starting.
Not a huge fan.
I mean, he goes in spurts, that's for sure. I mean, we know. I mean, everything that they got on defense. I mean, it's crazy how they paid him $50 million for 2 years, and I think $49 million of that was guaranteed. So that's how much they believe in him. And then we got Grenard and Nixon, Sane Ristilli, and Byron Murphy. And Cam Hayward. There we go. He's always he'll get a couple games where he sneaks into your lineup. I think. I mean, a lot of it is based off the starters, but I'm giving it a B+. You got solid enough guys to where they're not going to bring down that average on the bench.
I don't know. I've seen better. I'm going to say B.
Yeah. And okay, so here we go. The bench and starting off with those style points with Jennings. And then you got Hollywood. Sing about Hollywood. Jerome Ford, Braylon Allen, DeMario Douglas, Taysom Hill, which, man, it's crazy. Like sometimes he'll go like the 15th or 16th round. Then sometimes he'll just like slide to the 24th like this. Justice Hill, I mean, style points. You got Henry earlier, right? Yeah.
I just don't know if it's going to be Keaton Mitchell or Justice Hill.
Yeah, I never really know. Raheem Mostert, Elijah, I want to score more.
Wait, what team's Mostert on it? Oh, Vegas. Okay, no. I'm good at Mostert.
Yeah, what's his name? Zamir White. Heave ho.
Well, I just think Gentry's going to get it all.
I mean, he might, but I mean, Mostert's the type of guy that could break off a 60-yard fucking. Still fast as fuck.
But
man.
Is he like fucking like 34?
He is, but he's still one of the fastest. He's still one of the fastest guys in the NFL. Like that's what's crazy. About his age. Like it was nuts that whole track team that they had on the Dolphins for a minute.
Yeah.
But it's not like he's like raising my. It's not like he's like gonna make me raise the bench score.
Yeah.
And
Elijah Moore, that could be a sneaky pick, man.
K2, you're after Ziggy.
Because you know Elijah Moore, I think he was the first round NFL pick, and he just hasn't broke out much. Last year in the Browns, he was getting 6 to 7 targets a game.
Mm-hmm.
Now he has the best quarterback he's ever played with, and he's also that same age Tyler Lockett was when Tyler Lockett blew the fuck up. And Elijah Moore profiles very similar to Tyler Lockett. So that could be a sneaky play right there.
Mm-hmm.
See then, Jaquez Hunter.
Sorry.
Interesting. So with Jaquez Hunter though, like, yeah, I know you got Kyron, right? He's gonna get that 80% of snaps, but he doesn't have a contract next year, so that scares me. And I think McVay might bring in like Hunter or Corum later in the year, especially to kind of see what they got with those running backs.
They could.
To see if like they need to even draft one next year.
Yeah, totally could. And Ziggy said Moore had a good season with the Jets, and then they never threw him the ball. Yeah, I never really understood that. Like that first year, like, yeah, he did decent, and they had like good rapport. And then it was like he fucked the coach's wife or something like that. It was like in the doghouse or something. I don't get it. I don't get it. So for me, I would say that this bench is, I'll say it's a B minus. I mean, shit, just a couple guys in there. I mean, Jennings, Hollywood, Taysom Hill. I mean, just a couple of those guys I feel bring up the average. So yeah, we'll say B minus for the bench. So it was a B, then a B plus, then a B, then a B plus, and then a B minus. So the running backs and the IDP bringing the average up. And then the QBs and the wide receivers and the bench kind of just maintaining the average. So, yeah, man, I'm going to say this one's an 87.
I like it, yeah. I saw it's Jameis Winston. Is that right?
Yeah,
so,
all the way down there.
Let's say
29th round.
Yeah, that's not even bad because let's say like what's his name? Fucking Russ gets hurt. They're not just gonna throw in Dart, you know, especially if they're trying to compete and win games because the coaching staff trying to keep their jobs. Like they're playing for their jobs. So
and I don't know and I don't know how many people would actually like be honest and say like Winston is a better NFL quarterback like right now than Dart, but like anybody who has that much experience in the NFL is going to be better than someone who has zero experience in the NFL, at least immediately, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
So yeah, I'm with you on that. And also like, what if Dart ends up being good by mid-season and they fucking trade Winston away to someone that actually like needs a quarterback?
Maybe the Saints. Maybe he goes back to the Saints.
I mean, see, like that's what's crazy is because like the Saints and the Browns need like a quarterback really bad, but like they're also like in no, like they're not going to win anything. Like they're not probably not even going to be playoff teams. So it's like you don't even need a guy like Winston because you're trying to find someone for the future. Hopefully,
honestly, I think the Saints and the Browns are going to compete for the 1-1 next year. It's that bad. I only see the Browns winning 2 games, one versus the Titans and one versus
you saw Mike
the Steelers home game.
Yeah. Yeah, it is ugly. All right, where's Brown's squad? Here we go. Okay, Brown quarterbacks: Purdy, Stroud, Fields. Oh, he sucks, man. Fields sucks.
I love Fields, man. I have him as the top 12 quarterback this year, just because he's got that 1,000-yard rushing ability.
Yeah, I still grade him as a B minus. I know he could
that late. Damn.
But it's also I'm grading it based on 6-point passing touchdowns and the 15 yards per point, not 20.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So there's just other quarterbacks that go above him because he's not a super cheat code in these leagues. Like, you know, getting the rushing, he's still going to be good. That's why I put him as a B minus instead of a C plus.
That makes sense. I still love him.
Yeah, for sure. And you know,
way better than Isaiah Davis.
I mean, yeah, like, what the fuck was that guy? Yeah, that's still so fucking funny to me. Hey, come on, man. Fields sucks. Like, take my Isaiah Davis.
And then he drafts him in the 5th round of a startup. Come on. That's what the kicker makes it even funnier.
Yeah. So ridiculous. Yeah, Brown said Fields will outplay his ADP. That's what matters. Yeah, exactly. And I've been open to that, saying that he probably will, unless you're drafting him amongst the 4th round, where all the guys are. But he's going way closer to 32 than he is going to 15. And so that's fine with me, like if that's where you get him. But I still hate him. I'll probably never draft him like on my team. Probably never. And so if someone wins because they have Fields, it won't be me. I'll tell you that much. Yeah, Crispy said I need Fields to kill it for future trade capital. Yeah. What up, Chewy? Would you trade Jennings with Ayuk? Maybe missing the first 4 weeks. Would I trade Jennings away or would I trade for Jennings? You just said would you trade Jennings? So I'm assuming would you trade him away? The only reason I'd be trading Jennings right now is if you're getting like really good value for him, because I don't know, they're gonna throw it a lot. Like we already know. Like, I mean, there's gonna be, no matter what, if CMC's out there, CMC is going to be the target. Like, that's the guy to stop. Like teams are gonna test Brock and shit like that, and he'll throw it a lot. I don't want to trade Jennings if I'm getting bullshit for him.
Yeah, especially he's still gonna get that over 115 targets. So.
And Ricky Pearsall hurt his hammy or something today. So that's like another reason to like that people should want Jennings more right now, because I mean, what if Ricky P is hurt again going into the season? What if Brandon Ayuk is fucking not at 100%, for those first like 4 or 5 games? Like Jennings and Kittle and CMC, like those should be the guys right there for the first couple weeks.
Like in Dynasty, I don't want Jennings or Ayuk really, but I have Ayuk over Jennings just because, he's not going to be fully 100% healthy, and he's only 27, so you still have that year 28 in 2026, and then 3 years after that. So,
yeah. And Chewy said, shit, didn't hear that. I mean, see, that's why you guys hang around here, right? So you can be up on this kind of shit before your league mates.
Yeah, because Ayuk had an MCL and an ACL. So, and that was in October of last year. I don't think he's going to be fully healthy 100% until October, November, December. So,
I mean, that's more of a reason to draft him in like a best ball league like this, where people are drafting him a little bit lower and you don't have to like make the choice to like start him and sit him. But yeah, I mean, good rule of thumb that I've always kind of lived by is like, I don't want the guy the year after he's coming back from an ACL, maybe the second year after or whatever.
I mean, like not Adrian Peterson.
Right. Yeah.
Adrian Peterson's the only exception to the rule.
Yeah. And like he was hella HGHing. Back then as well. Like that shit's not legal anymore. Like people can't do that shit.
the year he came off of that, he was going in the 3rd round of redrafts.
Yeah.
And he ended up just blowing it up, number 1 overall.
Yep. It was bullshit, man. I still remember the dude that picked him in the 3rd round in my home league back then. I was so pissed because I knew I should have got him in the 2nd, but I was just such a pussy. Like just such a pussy. And Crispy said, fire up another 30. He said 88's in the 24th round. I already got one, man. It's the 93. There's only 1 or 2 people in it right now. And seeing like, I just wait and we see if we get new blood in there, before I start advertising, but you guys let me know when to start advertising.
Is it a slow draft or fast draft?
All the dynasties are slow drafts. We did one fast draft last year for a dynasty, and I refused. I'm never doing it again. And that was just because of one person who was like, please, man, like I missed the boat on like all the dynasty. And like, would you please do a fast draft? And that motherfucker quit. Like he didn't even make it to year 2.
I don't like fast drafts in dynasty because how do you work trades?
Yeah, it's fucking trash.
Yeah.
Like people were working out trades like days before, like everyone knew where they were drafting like days before the draft. So like people were trading in advance. But yeah, there's no time to trade while the draft was going on.
Yeah. So like a person falls on the clock when you're on the clock, it's like you got 1 minute to fucking make a trade.
Right? It's just not happening. And that's like one of the most fun parts about the dynasty draft is the potential trades that you could make along the way. I still think that I've drafted the best when not making a trade.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times, like if I try to trade up, I end up like not like I've compared, teams where I trade down, always like that. That's why I always try. And then teams that you trade up at different spots, and then teams that I made 0 trades. And like if it was a league where I made 0 trades, I always liked that draft. It may not have been a draft that won me the league that first year, but I'd always be competitive.
Yeah. So in startup drafts, I just go with my picks. Unless someone sends me an offer I can't refuse. I more trade in like rookie drafts or in season.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm a big advocate of trying to sell your first round pick. And the way that I always valued that first round pick, especially if it's a high pick, if you're getting one of these top tier quarterbacks in super flex, you got to think of how much that would cost if you were just buying that player like outright in the league. And if we're talking a Josh Allen, a Joe Burrow, a Lamar Jackson, or just like anybody with that kind of capital, you're definitely giving up 3 to 4 really good players, or you're putting in a bunch of picks, with those players. So for me to come off a first round, I need like 4 picks inside the top 9 rounds. And doesn't even necessarily have to be a second rounder, but depending on how low the other 3 picks are, would make me have to force someone's hand. Like, no, if you're going to go this, I need the second rounder. I'll do those other 3, but I need the second rounder instead of and I feel like almost every time that I've made a trade like that, it's worked out really well in the first year.
Yeah, so in my current dynasty startup, someone traded away the 2026 second and the 403 in the startup for the 610 and the 2026 first. I don't mind that. I mean, you're moving up 2 rounds, giving away your first. But then again, like I got the 102 in the 6th round.
Yeah.
Which was Cam Ward.
Yeah.
So I don't like giving up my first in startups just because you don't know if it's going to be an early first yet. It depends on how you build your team.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of trade. Like, I want that future pick for like me to make a mid-season acquisition with, that's going to help push me to like the championship. That's when those picks are going to pay off for you the most. When someone's rebuilding and you have a shot to get a really dope player because someone's rebuilding.
Yep.
All right, and here we go, Crispy. I'll send you that link right now. All right, and we're back to you, Brown. Sorry, bro. Got a little sidetracked. Okay, Crispy. Sent. Actually, and you know what? I guess we'll just send it out to everybody in here. If anybody wants to join a $30 dynasty, just make sure that you read the bylaws when you join at the top of the chat. Okay. So I guess I didn't even give a grade for the quarterbacks, but that's I'm gonna say a B because you got 3 of them. I mean, to me, Stroud and Fields are kind of like B- guys, but Purdy's like a B. But because you got 3 in this QB heavy, I'll give you the top of the scale, not the bottom.
I mean, I can see a world where Stroud steps up again and has like one of his rookie season years just because of all the receivers they're adding around him.
Yeah. I think play calling's declined a little bit, like over there. It seems like it's gotten a little stale because they're a little bit too easy to figure out as far as, yeah, I mean, like the sophomore slumps are real, and it's always because the play calling doesn't evolve. Like the play caller thinks that they can just rest on their laurels, and that's like what I didn't like about what I saw from Stroud. And you got to take into account Joe Mixon being over there. They get in close. I mean, they're going to be giving it to him. They're not going to give him those opportunities on first and second down. I bet a lot of times when they got a Joe Mixon. And Crispy said, Jamie, get your ass in the number 17 Superflex IDP Dynasty.
So here's the thing. I'm in 27 Dynasty leagues right now. So
we can't even talk about numbers to Crispy, though.
It's hard for me.
Logic doesn't compute with him. He plays in like 100 dynasties.
That's awesome. But like, I don't have time to barely set my 27 leagues because I do a start sit show in the morning.
There you go.
And I'm trying to set my lineups during the show while answering people's questions. That's not even on top of like the 10 redrafts that I do. So it's like I need to get rid of some of these dynasty leagues and join one of yours. So we'll talk in the future.
Yeah, we got to switch things up. Crispy, of course, see rookie numbers. I feel like now it's got to be easier to set your lineup more like easier than before, right? Because now, I mean, if you play in the leagues that have that, what the hell's that tool called? You know, where if like your guy's injured,
yeah, the auto subs.
Yeah, the auto sub. Yes, exactly. What up, Guap? What up, bro? But yeah, I feel like that makes it a lot easier to set lineups. I mean, you know, I'm still setting lineups all the way until late Saturday night and like sometimes early Sunday morning, but I feel like most of my lineups are already complete. I mean, you know, you have a couple where you're dealing with the injuries, but yeah, that's where the auto sub comes into play now. And like, I feel like that one tool alone, like, really helped degenerates like us, because I made it in all the leagues where you could do it up to 3 players, but it's like it's not where you can retroactive that shit. Like I hate that shit. Like that, I can't believe anybody would even have that as an option. But you know, if you have someone like a 10 o'clock person, it'll put in the 10 o'clock or the 1 o'clock person, but it can't be someone who's playing. Well, I guess it's different.
Already played on Thursday.
Exactly. Like I don't like those leagues where they have it set up like that. That's bullshit.
Yep.
But yeah, auto sub is fucking awesome. I turned that on in every single league. I didn't vote on it or anything. I just said, we're doing this.
Yep.
It's best for the league and it's best for the people who play in a shitload of leagues. So we're doing this and we're not doing that retroactive bullshit, you know, either. It will only play someone who hasn't played yet in their spot.
Yep.
And there was really only pushback from a couple people. Most people
think
that it's awesome. Like, I don't know how you can hate on it unless it is like that, where, you know, it could be on a Sunday and it plays a Thursday player or whatever. Like, no, fuck that. And, TJ, seems like half a sentence. Auto sub might have what? Okay.
Yeah, but that auto sub, it kind of has that best ball feel to it also.
Yeah, I mean, just kind of you set it up in advance, you know, and I mean, well, I guess it depends on how far in advance you set it up. Like I'm fucking addicted just like everybody else. I'm changing my lineup, you know, a couple times throughout the week, you know, and shit like that. So I don't even turn on the auto sub until fucking Saturday night or Sunday morning. Okay. So back to Brown and Bijan and CMC. I mean, CMC, because of his injury history, he's a B+ to me, but he's as close to an A as you can be, you know, without being an A.
Yeah, and I think Bijan could finish as the number 1 overall this year. So A+.
We know he's got the potential. For me, it's Bijan, Barkley, Gibbs, and Henry. Those are my A's for the running backs, just those 4. And then we got a handful of B+.
Yep.
And then a bunch of B's and a bunch of B-. And then Pollard. I mean, Pollard's kind of like a B- guy to me. And
I mean, who's that offensive lineman they just got? I can't remember his name, but that makes me kind of
fucking guap.
Put Pollard up there. Like Pollard's a sneaky play.
He is, because it's not like they went out and got a bunch of people. It's really him and Spears.
Yeah.
I'm going to say the combo of Bijan and CMC. I'm going to give that an A for the running backs.
Yeah, I agree.
And then wide receivers, Tyreek Hill, Devontae Adams, Jalen Waddle, Mark Andrews, and Shakira. Got it.
Love that drop. That's new. I don't think I heard that before. Holy shit.
Just got it, I think, yesterday.
Shakira.
Got it.
I'm not liking the Hill, not liking the Adams.
Fucking guap. Sam's come in daily to let you know. You know how you should do it? You should come in daily and hit the little dollar sign and put it in as like a $1 super chat or a $2 super chat. Like then I'll get behind it a little bit more. We'll make it a daily occurrence. Okay. Just throw it in as $1 or $2 and I'll play along. Okay. I'll play along. I won't be pissed about it. I'll play along.
So I'm not liking that you have your wide receiver 1 and your wide receiver 3 on the same team. Like I would like it better if it was like AJ Brown and Devonta Smith, maybe.
I guess I would mind more if he got him higher than where he did. I still think, I mean, late fifth. I mean, he might have been able to get Hill in the 6th for all we know. That's where he's been going a lot lately. But Waddle in the 9th. I mean,
I'd rather have Olave or Ridley, and then they go after him.
Yep, those were the 2 next wide receivers picked.
I would have rather took that. I would have graded it higher. I'm not hating on Waddle. I'm just not liking the combo.
Yeah. I mean, Tyreek, I don't even know if he's a B+ guy like anymore. He might be even like a little bit fringe. I mean, things are going to change as we see him moving around. But I know a lot's based on Tua not, getting all fucking concussed.
And I've heard negative reports about Hill recently, so
there's a lot of he's got a lot of drama going on in his life right now. A lot of baby mama drama going on, and that ain't good, because we need guys that like you remember on Casino, they were talking about how Ace was such a good handicapper. He was like, he knew if the guy was on coke, he knew if the guy's wife was cheating on him, and just like all these different things, that fuck with players like mental. And like, yeah, Tyreek's got a lot of bullshit going on right now, that's for sure. And trying to offload him in a league that I have him. Well, here's the thing. His value is probably the lowest that it's been since he's been like 2nd year in the league, maybe 3rd year in the league. So like, this isn't the time to offload him, because if he has any 200-yard games during the season, which like he's king for those, he's still fast as fuck. Like that's when you sell him, like not now. Because I don't think that he's going away. He's just dealing with a lot of bullshit right now. And there's a lot of negativity around his name, with all these stories and shit. So that's like lowering his value right now. It's not even for physical reasons why he's being lowered. It's fucking, media shit that's like going on. So don't trade him away for nothing. Yeah. Don't make emotional trades, okay? Don't do it. He said I have him in one more league though. Oh man, Crispy, he doesn't know your use this big game James, man.
Crispy, man. We're in drafts together all the time. Big game James. I usually have that logo from Cobra Kai, but usually I change it to like whatever league we're in, and I make it like the Bad Boys or whatever. Bill and Ted's.
Yeah.
69 dudes.
So I'm gonna give this. Does it get? I'm still gonna give it a B. I don't think I could drop it below a B. I mean, you got 5 guys here who I do think are pretty solid all around.
Now, do you think Andrews can step up and be that top 5 tight end again?
I don't think so. I don't even really like him as a starter necessarily. Like I'd rather pick him as like a bench guy who like,
man, that's tough.
Be able to crack the lineup, but yeah, I don't.
Because last year, he got hit by a car, and that's why he started slow.
Yeah,
but then he kind of stepped it up at the end of the year to be like what he used to be. So I think people are kind of sleeping on him.
I just get nervous about him, man. I mean, at one point he was Lamar's fucking, favorite attraction, but like there's always something going on with Andrews, and let's not forget his fucking dropped passes.
Yeah,
That is a fucking issue, man. Like that's gonna leave that left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. I mean, what he dropped the 2-point conversion, right? Like, dropped multiple first downs, dropped the 2-point conversion. Like, I mean,
yep, that 2-point conversion fucked him.
Yeah. Such bullshit. Hold on, guys. Got
but I do like that Shakur pick just because he's got to be the number one target in that offense. He's going to get peppered with targets.
Shakira.
Yeah, he's going to get a lot.
Like I'm on a lot of underdog drafts, and I found myself drafting him a ton.
A lot of trades.
Then you got Kyle Williams. Like he could be that deep threat.
Mm-hmm. So let me see. Let's jump to IDP. So I said B for the pass catchers. Bobby Wagner, Terrell Bernard, Aziz Al-Shair, Schultz, Knight, Tyrese Knight, Delpit, Highsmith, Zach Allen in the 27th because fucking Crispy isn't in this draft. And Guap said a lot of stupid trades. Man, I don't understand, man. He's paying me for the one-on-one advice, and I keep telling him not to make these trades, but can lead a horse to Amsterdam, but you can't make it smoke. I mean, I don't know.
Dude, you gotta listen to Alex's one-on-one advice. Like, why?
He even said he's making trades because he's bored, and I was like, all right.
So I posted something. I think in your Dynasty League.
Yeah,
Facebook thing. The Bart Simpson. Do not trade because you're bored or something like that. Like,
yeah, like I mean, that's like one of my top rules is like don't trade just to trade. Like you trade for a specific purpose, not just because you're fucking bored or something. But yeah, so I digress.
I'm liking these IDPs on this team though. Rusu, Dotson's all right. Bland. I don't hate that.
And Kobe Bryant and the Knight pick. I don't really like that.
I don't either. But that late, I mean, come on.
Well, I mean, even that late. Look, Kyle Van Noy went the next round. I'd rather have Kyle Van Noy like 1 million times out of a million times, like him up against Tyrese Knight, and friend of the show, Jordan Battle.
Yeah. What's up, guys? I'd like to shout out Alex Fantasy Football Hustler and the 420 crew. I also like to let you guys know that defensive players matter too. So get into the IDP league with the Hustler so you can drive players like myself. Let them know, man. Defensive players matter, man. And we make plays just as much as the offense.
There you go. That's from when he was a rookie. All right. And because he was one of the top dogs coming out that year as a rook.
Yep.
And yeah. I'm going to say, how many did you get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Delpit's the top 5. And then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. You got your normal, like at least 13.
I don't like Delpit as one of your starters, though.
No, he's not. Well, I would like him drafted a little bit later, but it's also because he kind of waited. Like, I mean, his first 15 and 16 and 18, those are his top IDP guys, but then he doesn't go again until 22, 23. So it's like,
all right.
Yeah. I don't like Delpit as a starter either, but yeah, he probably will be one of the guys who's, not starting a bunch because of the guys who are picked behind him that are probably going to outshine him.
Like Rusu, yeah, very true.
Ooh, okay. Hold on. TJ sent me a trade. Let me go check something real quick.
Oh, yeah. Let's do this live on air. Let's see what it is.
Let's get some action going. I like it.
See, I don't get excited about trade offers anymore because most of them, like 80% of them are trash. So
yeah. And me and TJ have already kind of been going back and forth a little bit because
a good one. This is a Superflex. It's IDP.
It's in one of the Superflex IDPs, and
is there a tight end premium?
There is a tight end premium, and there is a tight end in the mix on this trade as well. That's what's making me want to do it.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, so it would be me receiving Isaiah Pacheco and Strange, and I'd be giving up the 206 and the 306. And it's tough because that 206 is probably going to be a decent wide receiver. Like there.
Well, that's tough because 205 is where it falls off for me. Unless someone takes Scadaboo before 205.
Which a lot of times he goes in. I mean, he's gone in the first round in a couple.
I know, I've seen that too. That's crazy.
Yeah, early second, a lot of times as well. And like, so my wide receivers are DJ Moore, Rashee Rice, and Jacoby Myers, and I got Flowers and Addison. Jaden Reed on the bench, Jerry Jeudy on the bench. So I'm not hurting for wide receivers.
So it's you said 306 and 206.
And the 206, yeah. Which the 306, I mean, I'm not worried about that. That's a top end IDP.
No, that's going to be a good tight end, dude. You can get like Ferguson, Mason.
Yeah, but I'd rather have Strange over those guys. And it would be, and maybe like and not I guess I wouldn't even put Ferguson that high, but it would be I mean, obviously not Loveland or Warren. It wouldn't be those guys, but yeah, it'd be like Arroyo or like Fanning or Mason Taylor. Yeah, maybe one of those three. That would be there. But I feel like Strange is already ready to more do it right now. Anyways, because
you got to remember, Strange was a second round NFL pick.
Yeah. I probably drafted Strange in this league too and fucking dropped him and didn't wait long enough.
I was getting Strange off the freaking waiver wires, dude.
Yeah.
So let's say if Trey Harris falls at 206, I don't like this trade for you.
Yeah, which he might.
Even like I still think you should probably try to get at least a fourth to get like because you're getting Strange and Pacheco. So let's say you add a fourth to your side, and then you take Gadsden at that 406.
Okay.
I wouldn't mind that.
I definitely wouldn't take Gadsden at the 406.
Why?
But I just wouldn't.
Wow.
I don't really like Gadsden. I don't really like Gadsden like that. I'd probably go with the top end IDP guy if it wasn't.
This is IDP.
If like Mason or like if Mason or Fanning or whatever, because there are already going to be some IDP guys that go. So like even those guys could fall. Man, I just looked at the 2023 draft that I had in this league. Man, I drafted Addison, Flowers, Rashee Rice, Kincaid, Jaden Reed.
Holy shit.
Jack Campbell, Brian Branch.
Where did you draft Jaden Reed? Early third?
4-7.
Oh, what the fuck? Wow. So
I got Rashee Rice at the 3-1.
I mean, if that's the case, man, I would probably keep your 206 because you can get like Trey Harris.
I know it's really getting a running back.
Higgins.
It's really getting a running back. That's what really like what I really needed, and that's where this all started.
I would want someone better than Pacheco though. Because
I know. And after
who else does he have?
TJ says stepped away, and I know exactly what's going on. Yeah, I said we're going to talk about it. I knew you were in the chat, going through the process in my head.
So who else is on the team besides Pacheco?
Let's see. I don't know if he'd give up anybody besides who's on this team.
I just want to get a gauge of
who else
he has.
Tracy.
Nah.
Jordan Mason.
Yeah,
I think this is one where he's kind of doing a little bit of rebuilding that he took over. Yeah, the only other guy is Tracy.
Honestly, I think that you need to at least add something else to that. Maybe Jordan Mason. Add Jordan Mason. So you get Jordan Mason, Pacheco, and Strange, and give up the 206, 306. That might add up.
Yeah, because really I just get nervous about how mid Isaiah Pacheco could be. Like that's what I'm worried about in all this, because like I know that they probably rushed him back a little bit.
Let's say at 206, I mean, you could go for Tootin. Just at that pick, and I think Tootin's going to be more valuable than Pacheco. I actually believe I have Tootin over Pacheco.
Guap says keep trade. Cut says it's a fair trade.
Does it?
I don't know. I think he's just joking. No.
That's a good question, man. So someone in the chat put it in keep trade cut and let's see what it says.
And see, even that though, like 206 and 306 in our leagues, the 306 actually means something.
Yeah.
Because you could get an offensive guy, but those offensive guys might have dropped a little bit farther because of IDPs being taken. Yeah. And if you are taking an IDP, you're getting a top end, like you're almost getting whoever you want.
So I'm thinking by 306, there's probably only 3 or maybe 4.
I mean, I've gotten the Mason Taylors and Arroyos and I've gotten them after the 3-6. So I know that guys like that will be there, maybe even in the 4th round. Damn. Because once IDP starts going, guys like that fall farther.
And a non-IDP, those are people that I target between like 210, 212, maybe like 302.
Yeah.
So that's like a mid 3rd round in IDP leagues. So
yeah, like let me look at one of these drafts that we just did that just got finished, just to see, like, for context.
So the guys that's offering you this trade is in the chat.
TJ? He's the guy who just.
So honestly, TJ, to be fair, you need to add a little bit more on top of Pacheco and Strange.
So let's see. So Mason Taylor went at the 3-9 in this league.
Damn.
Arroyo went at the 4-2. Fanning went at the 4-5. But it's because IDP players started going. Like, that's why. It was like
there's not many IDP rookies that I like to draft. I'd rather go
after
the offense.
Well, we're not talking about a lot though, because look, Carter went in the 3rd, but that pushes everybody down one spot. Jihad Campbell.
Wait, was Carter the first off the board for IDP?
For IDP, yeah.
In the 3rd round, holy shit.
Yeah. And then Jihad Campbell went in the 3rd. So see, it's really only 2 guys that went in the 3rd, but still that keeps trickling. Like every time there's an IDP guy, it's just like one spot later that people go. Then we had Malachi Starks go in the 4th, and then Sweshinger in the 4th, Michael Williams in the 4th, Amon Wari in the 4th, James Pierce in the 4th, and so that just keeps pushing people down. Crispy, we're looking at the number 16 420 crew because that was one that I knew got finished drafting recently.
So yeah, if you can add one of those IDP players on top of Pacheco and Strange in the 4th round.
I guess it's me not like Pacheco that much. That's why. Like the 3rd and 4th, I was down for, like, even just for like Isaiah Pacheco by himself, and it was me still feeling like I was overpaying with 2 picks that could turn into like something really good. But I guess I just don't like Pacheco that much to give up a second.
Pretty sure isn't Pacheco on his last year of his contract? Or
yeah, he is. Yeah, that's another thing that just kind of sucks because he has no draft. He has no NFL draft capital. So like that's one thing that kind of sucks. Like with him, if it's not the Chiefs that believe in him, who else is going to believe in him?
I'm pulling up my spreadsheet now, and I have.
Sorry, Brown. We're taking forever on your team because we keep going on these tangents.
I have Pacheco. I have Pacheco below, like right around that Braylon Allen.
I mean, low end RB2 for me.
He's 36 for me for
Dynasty.
Oh, Dynasty.
Well, I mean, we're talking Dynasty right now.
Yeah. So I don't have my spreadsheet for my underdog, but I could look at my list. Where did I have Pacheco?
I mean, I definitely value him a lot higher than the 36, but
Pacheco I have at Pacheco and Swift and Brian Robinson.
And no, Guap, I don't like Ben Schnott. I never did because like it's just it hurts. Like, I mean, just look at him. Like he's a huge part of that offense. And I already knew that he was gonna be because he's been that guy in the NFL before.
If you're gonna go out and get Schnott, wait until half the season's over.
Right. Look at that. Brown said, man, Pacheco could be like RB4, like RB40. Exactly. That's the issue with him, right? That's the issue. That's why I don't want to give up the second for him.
Yeah, because I have him like in that for redraft. I'd say Brian Robinson, Swift area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, back to Brown squad.
Yes.
So Let's see. I said the B+ on the IDP.
Yeah, I think we're on the bench, right?
Yeah, and he started off with Spears. So I mean, that's style points for his Pollard.
Pollard, I like that.
Then Kyle Williams and Likely. I mean, that's more style points for the Mark Andrews.
Garendo, doesn't he have
He has CMC? So
CMC,
man,
I
it's
love
like,
that.
it's like he read the playbook for like
yeah, dude,
making
no,
sure to get your backups and like the guys.
I love
who-
that.
yeah.
And best ball, this is the best. Oh,
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I mean, you only have. I mean, yeah, could Guarendo get hurt too? And like, I think people are crazy when they start drafting like the 4th and 5th like running backs, you know, on teams. Like maybe those guys will pop, but like you know, just it's so unlikely. Like Guarendo is going to get touches whether CMC gets hurt or not. You know,
exactly. Yep.
not going to be enough to probably crack the flex that often.
He's got that standalone value. He might be able to hit your lineup once or twice if CMC stays in, like not injured, but.
Because I bet there's games that they're winning by so much that they pull CMC, you know, or they limit them in the 4th and they throw in Guarendo or whatever the fuck. He said best ball going for high upside. The chances are really good in best ball. We will outplay the ADP. Said I like the trades where I acquire Pacheco as an extra piece at the end, like a throw in Pacheco. Yeah, exactly. Not where like he's kind of like the main part of this trade. It's kind of like Strange is the throw in on this.
Yeah, but Strange could be the best player. You never know.
Ian Brown said he'd make that trade. Crispy said he'd trade for Pacheco. Man,
I still think you need to add like a 4th round pick.
I have in that league, I have the only running backs that I have as starters are CMC and Najee. But even just
that's tough.
I also have Guarendo as well. So like if anything happens to CMC, we got the backup also. But yeah, that's but I have the 106 as well, and I'm picking a running back there. I know I am. I don't know who. It depends on who drops, but my running back game will seem a lot better after I make one pick.
Sorry, what pick do you have?
The 106.
Oh, dude, you're gonna get Henderson or Judkins. Bam, awesome.
We'll see.
Both of my top 12.
Yeah, I'm not counting my chickens, but we'll see. Hopefully, it's one of those guys, but you never know. Never know, because people could jump up for them, and then maybe it's a Harvey or something. Who knows?
Yeah, but I mean, if someone reaches for one of them, then you could maybe trade Tet McMillan because that's who will be on the board, right? Tet.
Yeah.
So someone might want Tet.
I never have luck with trading down because like I would need to trade down like 1 or 2 spots, like or else it'd probably screw me. Because I need to get I mean, unless I'm trading to get a running back and then the drop down or something like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Like I would just be like, hey, do you want to move up for Tet at the spot? Like throw in your 3rd round pick or 4th round pick, whatever.
And we'll see if Tet makes it, man. Because someone who's wide receiver needy might fucking take him in the top 5.
But then that means Henderson will fall to you or Judkins. So
yeah. I'm assuming I'm gonna get a decent running back there. I just don't know who yet. And I don't want to even count my chickens.
It's gonna be Henderson.
And TJ said, guess who has the 103? There we go. Hey, I mean, but you can only get one guy with that pick. And like I already know there's gonna be 5 picks.
It's IDP, so it's gonna go Genty, it's gonna go Hunter, and then you have
or vice versa, and then Hampton.
And then Hampton or Ward. So
and shit, and I've taken Hampton in the league. I took Hampton over Hunter. Like it just, knowing that my IDPs were dope, but I was very, very RB needy. I took fucking Hampton.
Dude, Hampton's in my top 5 in Dynasty right now, just because I love the guy. I love his talent. I love the offense.
Man, he's the man. Okay.
Roshan Johnson. 101. You should pick him in why did you pick Roshan in the 1st round, dude? You got him in the what? 20th?
Mm-hmm.
God damn. Great value for the 101.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Where else? We got Ferguson, Singletary, Arroyo.
I like Arroyo. I think he could beat up Fant.
I mean, that's what kind of sucks about these rookie tight ends is like, how quick are they going to learn the playbook? Can he learn it to be better than Fant? And can he block better than Fant to where he kicks, to where they kick Fant off the field for him and only use him in the 12 personnel?
The only thing that worries me about Arroyo is the injury history.
yeah, for sure.
And the way he plays, this dude is a fucking dog. Like
He
he
goes hard.
doesn't dance around and try to get extra yards. He runs straight into you to
Yeah.
get those extra yards.
That's
so
the you,
that,
baby.
that's the injury, like the concern.
Yeah, because
But
like that's
damn.
why Gronk isn't the best tight end ever, right? Because like he took so many big hits, like just being over the middle, just like crazy ass injuries happen. Yeah, one of the worst things about these possession tight ends, that's for sure. Let me see. And Guap said opinions on Dart. You know, let me get through Brown. We'll come right back to that.
Man.
So I think I'm gonna give. I mean, see, it's kind of tough because you don't have that many, but because you pick so many IDP, but the ones that you do, I mean, Spears, Likely, Guarendo, Roshan, you know, like you pick some good guys, and I feel like that's gonna pull this to a B plus or a B minus. Sorry, dyslexia. B minus. So it'll be neutral on the overall score. So we had, let's see if I can remember all this. This took like 40 minutes to like get to this. My bad, guys. My bad. Everybody's still here. Let me know who's still here. So we got it was a B for the quarterbacks, it was an A for the running backs, it was a B for the wide receivers, and then it was a B plus for the IDP, and then it was a B minus for the bench. Let's see. So the IDP and the running backs, that's what's bringing the average up. Quarterbacks, wide receivers maintaining the average. Man, I mean, this is very similar to the to Minnesota Mike that we just saw. I'm giving this an 87 as well. Not a lot of flaws.
I'm gonna give it a 99 because you got Roshan Johnson. I love Roshan, guys. It's a huge stick. Like I love him.
Didn't you draft him like first in the Scott Fish Bowl or something one time?
Well, yeah, 2 years ago when he was a rookie, I raised over $200 for fantasy cares, and I took Roshan Johnson at 107.
Nice. There we go. Dedicated to the cause, baby.
Before we start this other one, someone asked about Dart.
Yeah. So I'll go ahead. I'm gonna smoke this.
So so Dart, I love Dart, man. He's my 101 in this rookie draft for quarterbacks. I have him over Cam Ward. I think he has that upside. He in college, he actually played as a true freshman. I think his freshman year was 2021. And the dude is dangerous on all levels. Like you could put him in there on design runs. And that's what we want for fantasy upside. He's
Brown
awesome.
got it. Now he's like, oh, he knows the cheat code. It's Roshan.
It is. But for Dart, like the dude scrambles. On his scrambles, dude, he can go so many fancy points, and like even his throwing, he has if you watch him in college, his release is like very clean, and
he went to where'd he go? He went to Ole Miss, right?
Yes, yeah.
So at least he played in the SEC. Like he played with the toughest of the toughest competition in college.
Yeah. So like he's very good at like those short and intermediate throws, and he's got that pocket toughness to where he actually like will be willing to take hits but still deliver the ball at the last second. So I love that, and he's also a locker room guy. Like his leadership is awesome. Like he brings like his voice, like he's intense. Like the team actually plays around him. So I love Dart.
Guap said so. Jamie saying go trade for Dart in all my leagues.
I get him at I look at him at the 107, 108.
Yeah, he's going in the first draft mostly.
But you're getting him at the 111, 112. And we're gonna look back at when he's a starter, we're gonna be like, dude, he's outproducing Cam Ward. Why were people taking Cam Ward at
TJ said it. The last Ole Miss QB for the Giants was decent, right? I mean, he only played like 16 years for him or something. Like he didn't do too bad.
Yep.
Even though we make fun of him, he played for a long ass time.
And I've seen Dart fall in the second round of
Oh,
drafts.
see, look at that. He said I got him at the 204 in that
Yes.
IDP league. See, there we go.
Like, I mean, not like I guarantee there wasn't an IDP player taken before Dart.
Unless
you're still getting them at 204.
Unless you consider Hunter, you know.
Yeah. So last year, Bo Nix was the same exact thing. People were taking Bo Nix in that 204 range. So I traded.
I wish I could have got him at 204. In ours, in all these 420 crew leagues, he was a mid first rounder.
Yeah. So I was getting him at late first. And then when it fell to second, I was doing everything I could to trade for him. I traded Christian Watson and fucking my 4th round pick.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I got Bo Nix for Christian and fucking Watson, dude. Insane. Yeah. So if Dart falls to the second, just do what you can to go get him.
Yeah, I wish I had Bo Nix on more teams. I didn't have a lot of picks where it was like 106, 107 last year. But the one place that I drafted him at the 106, I won a championship.
That's awesome. I can't believe he was going that early. I haven't seen him go that early in any of my rookie drafts. Like 111, I think, was the earliest.
Yeah. All right.
So
hold on one sec.
Yeah. But yeah, go get yourself some Jackson Dart, man, because people are sleeping on him. There is a world where, yeah, he can flop, but I just don't see it because the Giants traded up to get him. So they put that draft capital on Jackson Dart. They're going to give him all the chances in the world, being a first-round draft capital and like the first half of the NFL draft.
And hold on, I'll be right back. Stupid fucking fly
good.
like flew in here that I'm trying to kill.
But yeah, I mean, Cam Ward, man, in order for him to be a top 15 quarterback, he has to throw for over 4,000 yards. He's got to at least have like, 30 touchdowns? Because he doesn't rush that much. Maybe he could rush for like scramble for 200 yards, right? So think Sam Darnold last year. Sam Darnold was a top 10 quarterback, and he put up over 4,000 yards, 35 touchdowns. I think he had like 200 yards scrambling. So Cam Ward needs to do that in order to be a top 15 quarterback. And I just don't see it sustainable, especially like Calvin Ridley's getting older. What are they going to bring in after Calvin Ridley leaves? So I just don't see Cam Ward. I'm not a big fan of Cam Ward. I took him my first share yesterday in a startup draft in the 6th round, because that motherfucker took Justin Fields 2 picks before me. And I made fun of him. Like, dude, you're offering me Isaiah Davis in a 4th for Justin Fields, but you take him in a 5th. I'm going to grab the 102, 103 in rookie drafts. Why not? So I did it based on value. He was my 3rd quarterback in this draft. Let me pull it up. It's a dynasty best ball. So I have Josh Allen, Drake May, Cam Ward. I also have Garrett Wilson, Travion Henderson. Let's see. Rashee Rice, Matthew Golden, TJ Hawkinson. So, and I set this league up. I'm the commish. I set it up like Alex does, where you start 1 quarterback, 1 tight end, or 1 receiver, 1 quarterback, and then like the rest flex. So there's like 5 flexes and a super flex.
And see, and look at what TJ said. Yeah, some bullshit, right? TJ said I got into a few leagues. Dart didn't even make it to me at 110.
Oh, man. Well, if Dart doesn't,
there's not a lot of QBs like this year. Like, it fucking sucks. Like, I mean,
but I don't mind if someone takes Dart early and he doesn't make it to you at 110. that leaves you with
probably
like
get
an
a running
RJ Harvey.
Yeah.
So I'm not mad at it if someone reaches on. I don't even think it's a reach because I look at him as a 107, 108 value.
Yeah. All right, that motherfucker, dude. I was so pissed. It was like stupid fucking fly was like on the inside of like on the light that I have and like the big like umbrella thing. And dude, so hard to get it. Fucking got it. Okay.
Did you ever see those guns that you could buy that shoot salt?
Yeah.
Yes. Those are sweet.
Yeah, I need like a shotgun version of those. I need to shoot a bunch.
Yeah.
I don't have to be super accurate.
But then you got to fucking clean up all that damn salt. So that's got to be annoying.
I mean, it depends on how annoying that fly is, man. Like, really does. Depends on how annoying that motherfucker is. Okay.
All right. Josh Allen, 101. Great pick.
And Herbert. Let's see who else.
Damn, that's it.
And Gabriel and Ewers.
Ooh.
And Amani, you still in here? Sorry, I know it took forever to get to you. I'd still give it an A though because of Josh Allen even having two. But
I like both of those guys. Allen's number one, obviously. Herbert, I think he's in my top 10. And you're getting him in the fourth fucking round. So yeah,
end of the fourth, 412.
And damn, so yeah, great value on Herbert.
And then running backs, Jacobs, JT, and ETN. I mean, I don't really like ETN. I was talking about him a little bit, but I feel like if he's like your RB3 or 4, I'm not as mad at it. As long as he doesn't get hurt, like he could be a flex guy a lot of times, especially if he's getting a lot of catches. But their line just fucking sucks. Like that's why I don't like him in if we're doing like startup dynasties or whatever, like I probably won't like him for like regular redraft leagues. But best ball, that's the perfect place to draft him because you don't even got to decide when to start him. He either does good and he starts or he doesn't, and he doesn't start.
I mean, I would probably take Brian Robinson over ETN, but that's it. Everyone that went after, I'm good with it. I don't hate it.
It's a big tier break once it gets to ETN and Brian Robinson, really. Because, you got Javonte Williams and Stevenson, the next wave of guys.
I would have probably took, like I said, Pollard and Brian Robinson is in that area.
Well, they went before. Well, ETN's the last one in that round, so all those guys went before him.
Yeah, so that's good value. I think you could have a good first half of the season.
And so I think I'm going to give it a B+. I mean, it's mostly because of Jacobs and Taylor, because I think of both of those guys B+ guys.
I'm going to give it a B just because I think you should have took Taylor above Jacobs, even though you got him back to back. I like Taylor over Jacobs, so I'm nitpicking.
Funny.
I probably would have took Breece Hall over Jacobs. Honestly,
I think I'm taking Jacobs over Breece Hall.
It's tough. Like they're probably back to back for me.
Yeah. Okay, wide receivers. Man, not too bad for waiting till round 5. Yes. JSN, DJ, I want to score more. Devonta Smith, Chris Godwin, Ricky P. We were just talking about him, and only
Myers.
2 quarterbacks in there. So, yeah, Myers would be first.
Well, I'd rather have Myers over Pearsall.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going off the way that it was drafted. I would rather have that too. And Guap says Jacobs over Breece. Yeah, it's get nervous, man. Like, because it's not just Breece. Like, I mean, if Breece was on the Packers, I'd probably like Breece more than Jacobs. If we're talking about those guys in the exact same system or whatever. But yeah, man, Jets have just gone downhill in a lot of areas, and play calling's been one of them. And I mean, the way they use Breece, I mean, just here and there, it's kind of scattered, like we love those games. If you would just get like 6+ like receptions, a game, like when he went on the little stretch of like crazy receptions, like if we knew that was coming, I think differently of him. What about Garrett Wilson? I mean, I think now is probably the the most that I like him because of where you can actually get him. You're thinking about last year, he's like a second, third round guy because of Aaron Rodgers. Now, where do you go in this one? In the at the end of the 5th round, you know, like that's like really good value for a guy who has like top 12 potential.
Garrett Wilson to me is in that right at that top 12 range. Where do I take AJ Brown? Yeah, I'm gonna take AJ Brown over him. Do I take? Yeah, that's it. But no, there's another one. Who was it?
Higgins was right after him. Rasheed Rice.
Yeah, Higgins. But there's Terry McLaurin, where I keep thinking, like, why am I fading McLaurin? I'm not fading him, but like, why is he going so late? Not that he's going late, but like, I think McLaurin should be over AJ Brown. I think McLaurin should be over Garrett Wilson. Dude was wide receiver 7 last year, and nothing really changed except they had a Debo who's like a gadget player at his point in his career.
Yeah. And TJ said Fields is going to vulture some points from Brees too. He might, but
it also helps him because efficiency matters. When you have a rushing quarterback, the boxes aren't the boxes aren't stacked as much.
Yeah,
so
because you have to account, like you have to put a QB spy on him, and like it just changes the schemes. Like, remember when Lamar Jackson, like in 2019, like how crazy it was, and he was like Mark Ingram was like fucking king of the running backs like that year. It's because like they had to, do stuff because of the rushing quarterback, and it took the eyes off of him. No Sean Moreno back with Tim Tebow,
Yes. I remember I drafted him at the 112 in a redraft. No Sean Marino. And I don't think he did shit that year.
No. The best year was his rookie year where everybody drafted him, but then they dropped him because he didn't do shit until the second half of the season. I remember picking him up for that run too.
Don't quote me on this, but I think Brees Hall actually saw one of the highest stacked boxes last year.
Probably.
For running backs. So
I believe it. And like, what would change? I mean, I guess Fields would change it a little bit this year, but Fields, I don't know. Like, you look at last year with like the Steelers, he wasn't like forcing the run. Like, it wasn't like a bunch of running plays that were called for him. It's not like they weren't called for him, but it wasn't like in Chicago where it seemed like he was running the ball like every other play.
Yeah, that 1,000-yard rushing season.
Yeah.
So like Devonta Smith, I like that. So like I like the fact that he doesn't have a top end receiver, but he has 2 in my top 15 to 17 range.
Yeah, I'd say like all 3 of those guys are like top 20 guys for me.
Yeah, so he has 3 top. I would put Smith maybe more at 24-ish.
Okay,
but still, so you have 2 top 25 guys or 3 top 25 guys. I like that.
Godwin almost sneaks into that for me as well. Like, he's got the injury history and he's getting old, but we're talking redraft for this.
Yeah, so in a redraft, I have him around that 30 range, only because coming off that injury. But if he comes back healthy, goddamn, he was the number 1 overall receiver from weeks 1 to 6.
Yeah,
like Jamar Chase, the week that Godwin got hurt, if you figure that in, Chase only had like 0.3 points above Godwin.
Crispy said thoughts on Tony.
Fuck
Tony. Yeah, but I like Chris Godwin for where you can get him.
Dude, so fucking late. That's awesome.
It sucks that he keeps getting hurt, and like, if you've been hurt because of him, like it sucks. I have too, trust me. But man, when he's on, and like now you're getting him at a super discounted price because of the injury history. So
I think he could outscore in PPR. He could outscore Evans, and Evans is one of my fucking targets in the top 15 range, I think.
Yeah. So I think I can't give it a B+, but I'm going to give it a B.
Yeah, I like it as a B.
Not top heavy enough, but
he has so many good ones.
Yeah. And IDP, Branch, Edrin Cooper, Cashman.
I like Cashman.
Hold on. Where is it?
Straight cash, homie.
There we go.
Yep.
Jermaine Pratt, Who's
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, and then Jeremy Chin. I mean, I like Jeremy Chin, but I don't want him as a starter. He probably could have got him like 8 or 9 rounds later.
Yeah, I like him as a bench player.
Brian Burns, Greenlaw. Oh, you're the one who got Ken Murray. Oh man, all these are for you.
He's a bum. He was a bum then, and he's a bum now.
Bum. He's a bum.
I understand the hate on him.
He always underperforms.
He does, but he could give you a few good games here and there.
You know who's going to be better than him?
A lot of people.
Yeah. We could go down the list of guys who were drafted later.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Fuck Ken Murray. Let someone else get him. You know what? You know who the first people were hyped up about Ken Murray? You know, do you know who it was?
Was it the IDP plus fucks?
No. I'm talking about NFL. It's the Chargers. No. They jumped up to draft him in front of Roquan Smith and Jordan Brooks.
I remember that.
So people have been hella hyped up since Ken Murray for the longest time, and I've been telling people, no, he's a fucking bum. Well, and like, it's always draft the next guys after him. Just always, whoever is next, draft those guys next.
I'm looking at him. He put up a 1-point game, a 9-point game, another 9 points, a 3-point, a 0 and a 0, right? But he also had a 29.
Hold on. How many weeks was that first? That you just said?
Wait, under 10 points. So 9 is 1, then 1 point.
Brown. He said, stop hating on him. You also said that Daniel Jones would be a bum last year. He said, oh, wait, carry on.
But I was saying Murray, he had a 29-point game, a 15, a 17, a 16.
How many games did he have over
30?
20? How many games did he have over 20?
Over 20?
How many games? Over 20.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Four games over 20.
That's more than I would have. That's more I would have pegged him for. But that's the amount of games that he's going to start.
Yeah. But he could start with getting a 15, 17.
Those aren't good enough. Those aren't good enough with these other IDPs that he's got.
True. But the fact that he puts up a 1 and fucking 0, 0. It's like,
if you're going to draft him, the place to draft him is best ball, because you don't have to decide to start him. But it doesn't mean that I'm going to like him in best ball. I'm still going to hate on him. Is he worth a 26th round pick? No, because if you would have waited, you could have got him in the 30s. You know, like, 'cause I hate on him so much that he's going to fucking keep dropping. So you guys could get him at good value.
I mean, I'd rather have Thompson probably over Murray.
Go up, you're savage. He said, just hit up the dart owner in every league. You savage. Okay, after Ken Murray, Teron Johnson, Jalen Thompson, Harrison Smith, Cooper, and that's it.
So how many total does he have?
TJ said Rejection City. Who are we talking about? Shamar James. Who's that? Who's Shamar James? All right. I think that I almost want to give it a B- for this. It's not just my Ken Murray hate. He's part of it. But the top 5, I just feel a little bit weak overall. And I guess not super weak overall, but I feel like you could have been stronger. And I feel like could have been stronger with those top 5.
Yeah, I'm not liking this. But with Shamar James, I don't like drafting rookies for these IDP tournaments because you just never know. Rookies take time in IDP. Dude's only 20 years old.
Yeah, who the fuck is he? I'm sure I know.
Dallas lineman. No, he's not a lineman. He's I think he's a linebacker. Hold on, let me
Yeah,
look this up.
if you're gonna get a rookie from Dallas, get that Izaraku or whatever the fuck, however the fuck you pronounce his name. EZ is the way that they should call him. Yeah, he's the guy to get if you're gonna get like a rookie from Dallas.
Yeah, okay. So Dallas 152nd overall draft.
Oh, he said he's gonna take Ken Murray's job. That's what he said.
Oh, yeah.
I
Okay, that
believe
makes
it.
sense. Eventually, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they paid Ken Murray, anything. So Guaps, I already have him in 4 leagues. I need him in 4 to 5 more. You savage. All right, he's going for it. All right, I like it. Yeah, that's it's gonna be good depth, for future years. I mean, it's not really gonna be too much like right now, but if you can get him cheap now, now's the time to get him because he'll be way more expensive in the future. Okay, bench. Where's the bench start at? Jacoby, Beck, Egbuka, Burden, loves them rooks. Samson, I want to talk to Samson. Ah, man, Quentin Johnston, man, you got like the 2 players that I hate the most on your team.
Dude, Quentin Johnson is bricks for hands. Dude can't catch.
Yeah, dude couldn't catch a cold.
Like he only gets like 2 to 3 targets a game.
And he's gonna
he
drop.
catches,
He
catches half of them.
No, he gets 2 to 3 targets a game, but he has like 4 to 5 drops a game. Like that, that's the problem. He has more drops than attempts. That's going to him.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And then Jalen Wright, I do like that pick.
I do too.
Kendre Miller, I mean, that's not too shabby in the 27th. I don't like Troy Franklin. Like, man, Troy Franklin seems like the biggest failure to me, like as a draft prospect, because we're talking about pre-combine. He's like touted as one of the top 4 wide receivers in the class. And then he goes to fucking the combine, and then he's like a 5th round pick.
So
like it's like literally like Shadur, but he actually like participated in the combine.
So pre-combine, I had him as a 3rd round pick, right? And then after the combine, I'm like, well, this kind of figures out like where I had him to begin with. So I still didn't even take him in the 3rd round. I have 0 Franklin shares.
That's fucking crazy how good he actually did in college for like how he's like not really translating to the NFL like at all so far. And I know it's only been 1 year, but
I do like that Jalen Wright pick. A Chain, I don't think
he's a wee little man. I mean,
A Chain's going up way too high in drafts. Plus, they drafted Ollie Gordon, who could take away some goal line carries. So,
you got so many rookies. Like, it's hard for me to like grade it up. Like, the only guy that I feel like I would grade it a B- or above for is for Jacoby Myers, and I think for that reason, I'm gonna make it a C+ overall.
So, where he went, Besh, Ibuka, Burden. I'd rather have Burden over Ibuka and Besh, and he got him 3rd. I'd rather have Ibuka over Besh because I don't think Jacoby Myers is going away, but he also has Jacoby Myers. So,
and that is, I mean, that is style points on your bench too, getting both of those guys doubling up. So let's see. So how?
I think Freiermuth could be sneaky in this format. Because
dude, I didn't. You know what? I didn't even mention Freiermuth because I don't know why in my brain I see the color, and I just think I think DL. So you know what? But I think Jacoby Myers and Freiermuth would make that a B- because all these rookies. I mean, I love them, but I still think they're all like C+. Because like we don't know what they're going to be. If they suck for the first half of the season, they come on in the second half, that's going to be great. But then there's going to be guys who maybe it's sporadic what they fucking do. Maybe they're just mid the entire season. Maybe there's guys who get way less fucking targets and snaps than we think that they're going to get because they don't fucking get the playbook or whatever, So I think that as we get to camp, we'll have a better idea of like how good these guys are.
Does he have Godwin on his team?
He does, yeah.
Okay, so I love that you got Ibuka because
that's more style points.
Godwin, if he gets hurt, let's say, Ibuka steps right into his role.
Yeah.
Also, I like Burden because I heard the buzz lately
And he did get DJ. He does have DJ. I want to score more. So I mean,
Burden's a different type of player than Moore. So like Burden's, I heard he could have that 2021 Debo Samuel year, or he could have that 2003 St. Brown year. And I also heard that they're going to give him the same production that Ladd McConkey had last year. So that's very, very interesting. Especially this late in 17. I kind of like that with the hype.
Yeah. All right. And so B minus, I'll be neutral for that. And we got, so I said an A, a B plus, a B plus, and a B minus.
Yeah.
So man, I mean, we got the QBs bringing the average up. We got the running backs and the IDP bringing the average up.
I love this team, man. There's a few IDP questions that I would probably done different.
Oh wait,
but
you know what? I didn't say a B plus for IDP. I said a B minus for IDP.
Yeah.
So that's where I fucked up. So it's the quarterbacks and the running backs bringing the average up, and then
the receivers in a way.
I mean, if it's a B, I kind of just like it maintains the average of whatever the higher ones are. It doesn't like lower it. It would keep it like where it's at more often than not. So
here, scroll down. I want to see his backup running backs.
It doesn't have a lot. Samson, right? Kendre.
Okay, so I don't like Kendre. They brought in Devin Neal. And
Crispy, how the hell are you going to drop one attempt twice? Because you really suck.
So I like his two top running backs. I'm not really a fan of the others, so I don't even know how to grade this.
Yeah, so I'm just going to talk it out. So the QBs and the running backs, they're bringing the average up. Wide receivers kind of maintaining the average, and then the IDP bringing the average down, and the bench kind of maintaining the average also. So I think that this is going to be an 87. Like when I thought that, in my head, when I thought that the IDP was a B plus, I was thinking it was going to be one of those 88 mile per hour special like B pluses. But yeah, the IDP brought it down one notch. So 87 to me is the highest B that you can be without jumping to the B plus.
What was it? 87 a B plus?
No. 88, 89.
It's a B. Okay. I'm just remembering like back in my school grade years.
I guess it depends on who is grading, but I thought it was only an 88 and 89 that were actually the B pluses, and a B would be.
So I thought 84 to 86 was a B. 87, and I don't know. I don't fucking know.
I think it could be, but I guess over here we hold it. We grade.
I also went to school in the 80s, so I don't fucking know.
Stoner scoring, Jamie, get it together.
Man.
The way that I have it, or the way that I think of it, is 81 and 82 are a B minus. 88 and 89 are a B plus, and then everywhere in the middle is a different level of a B.
All right, that makes sense. So I'm gonna go grab my bowl because I want to smoke.
Let's do it.
I'll be right back.
And who's after our money? All right, and Carl, you guys still with us? I mean, they might come back and watch this a little bit later. Where's Sibo Champ? All right, here we go. Whoa, what happened here? Sibo Champ. He only has Ward. What? You have Shah, Flacco, but you didn't get Rattler. You should have got Rattler. That would have changed it to where at least you have like the combo of them. Flacco, Cousins, Milton. Damn, I mean, I'm gonna say a D for the quarterbacks, because only having Cam Ward and that's it. I mean, as a starter, Shah, even if he starts, I don't think he's gonna start every game. So who the hell knows? Like, especially like the camp reports are like Rattler is like looking good out there. Not really sure. And then you could get lucky with Flacco, Cousins, Milton. Damn, but yeah, I'm gonna say a D for Cam Ward by himself. But let's see. I mean, your wide receivers and your running backs. Full rookie Henderson and Judkins, and then you got Ramondre in there as well. So we got see, for me, like I want to see what Jamie says about this when he comes back, because Jamie's probably gonna grade this an A. Like for me, Henderson and Judkins are like C+ players, like C+ like rookies, where they're like high-end rookies, but I can't grade them like super high yet because they haven't done anything. We don't know how high they're gonna start. I mean, like how quick they're gonna start. And so I'm gonna say a C+ for the running backs. And let's see what Jamie says. Henderson, Judkins, and Ramondre Stevenson. How do you grade those?
God damn, dude. Not in a redraft. That's way too early, too. 4th and 5th pick.
That's probably on par with where they've been going, though.
Really?
Maybe not that.
I mean, I'd rather have Connor, who went after him. I'd rather have Pollard.
Yeah, I mean,
Aaron Jones. Give me Aaron Jones. So, Dynasty, they're both in my top 12. Like, I have Henderson.
How early would you draft him in a startup in Dynasty?
In a startup? I actually took Henderson in a startup. So, let me tell you where I took him. Let's see. I took Henderson in a startup at the 4-2.
Yeah, see,
and he got him. He got him in the 4-3. No, dude, come on. Let's rethink this. You should have probably went quarterback right there.
Well, yeah, but so how would you rank that though? Like, or how would you grade that? I graded it a C+ for that trio.
Well, now I mean he does have Henderson and Stevenson.
Yeah.
Judkins is going to get the majority of the snaps, but he's a fucking Brown. Browns averaged 50.2 points last year. They don't score a lot. Yeah, he's going to get the majority of the rushes, but like,
is he going to be a guy who's you think is going to catch the ball a bunch?
No, that's Samson has catching ability. He's not known for it, but he has that ability. But so does Ford in a way. Yeah. So I don't like it, man. I'm gonna agree with you. C.
Okay. And but all the money was spent on wide receivers. This is where it starts getting nice and juicy. So Jefferson, Neighbors. Neighbors. What he hurt today? He hurt his toe or something today.
Oh, he'll be fine.
Then Drake London, T. Higgins, George Pickens, and let me see. Golden would be in there as well.
Love Golden, man.
And I guess Ray Davis would be in there with the running backs, but that doesn't make me change the running back grade.
Yeah, because you know Cook only gets like 50% snaps.
Yeah,
Davis gets like 45. You never know. I do think that regression's gonna come for the touchdowns that Cook got last year. So maybe some go to Davis, but I'm not banking on it.
Yeah. I mean, I think this is an A. I mean, just those top 3 guys, and then you mix it
A+.
Yeah.
Dude, you have 3 of my top 9 guys, I think. Like at least top 10. 3 of my top 10.
Yeah, that's money.
And you have the number 2, 3, like Jefferson overall.
What sucks is that your quarterbacks got sacrificed to get like your wide receivers like so dope, like because
I wouldn't
because of it.
I wouldn't mind it if he would have took quarterback where he took those 2 running backs and then sacrificed his running backs.
He probably thought that he was going to be able to get another quarterback coming back, like after Ward, because Bryce Young and Geno were both available. But then they both got picked before his next pick. He only had 4 picks.
Yeah,
that he would have needed to wait to get one of those guys, and they both got picked. And then he went George Pickens. So
you should probably went like Love over Judkins, Stafford over Higgins, and this team would look a lot sexier.
Probably. Probably because it is all just a game of Tetris and fucking, just trying to mix in these puzzle pieces in the right spot. And yeah, you played QB chicken a little bit too long, and then you lost because that guy was also playing QB chicken, but he was in a spot where he got to get back-to-back picks, and he took the last two starting quarterbacks. So
he could even had Fields, top 10 quarterback.
Yeah, over Higgins.
Yeah.
Here goes the IDP though, looking nice in the beginning. Franklin, Warner, Okereke,
Love it. Holy
Derwin
shit.
James, Minka Fitzpatrick, nice. Verse, you probably picked him a little bit too early, but I still like it though. Harold Landry, I do think that he's gonna be a thing on the Patriots. Jalen Carter, let's see if he has that third-year breakout. Justin Simmons, he always has a couple handful of games where he's
I don't
killed
like
it.
that. I don't like that Surtain pick.
No, I mean I'm not a fan of it. I mean that's one of the throwaway picks probably because maybe he gets a pick 6 or 2, and then that game he does good. But I do like the Christian Gonzalez pick way at the bottom there because they use him kind of like a Swiss Army knife, like over there. And then who is this? This Kevin White, Keon White.
Keon.
Yeah.
Oh
probably,
yeah, I remember him. Yeah.
Probably a waste of a pick, but I mean it's 33rd round, so doesn't really matter. We're the top 5 again. Franklin, Warner, Okereke, Derwin.
I love those.
Fitzpatrick. Yeah, I mean
love those.
Top 5. And could you have gotten a couple better players? Maybe, but Derwin James, we need to see him have a little bit of a bounce back. I feel like they're because of guys like Henley, it took away tackles that he would get in the past.
I think he still has that top 3 DB upside, man.
Maybe finished a lot lower than that last year, though. I think the year before that.
I'm looking at my fast draft for the D up, and I think he's one of the top. There's only 3 DBs that go.
Yeah, he's still. I mean, because he's still one of the name value guys. All right, so I think all in all, it's either a B plus or a B. Let me give this one more look over.
Yeah, so it goes Brian Branch, Hamilton, and Derwin James are the only DBs that go in a flex D up.
Yeah.
6 rounds, 10 teams, so top 60.
Yeah. Crazy because Buda Baker will outscore all 3 of those guys. So
Yes. Dude, DBs are so erratic. You don't know. Remember Winfield was going at the top last year?
I mean, he got hurt. See, so people don't even draft him at the top anymore because he deserves to be there, but he's got to be healthy as well.
Didn't I take Winfield and the Bad Boys?
I don't know.
I think I did.
All right. Back to SIBO champ. So I'm gonna say I'm gonna say a B for the IDP, and then the bench you got Eckler. Who's this? Krosky?
Oh, Crosby Merritt. Yeah, he's not gonna do much. So you got Brian Robinson, and then you got the
Eckler.
1-2 behind him is either Eckler or Crosby Merritt.
Yeah, well, he got both Eckler and him, so that was
style points. Hell yeah.
And then Trevor Etienne, Butte, Horton, Turpin.
Butte is being underrated, man. I looked at him a few days ago. He had a bunch of games in that I think he averaged 9 to 10 points a game. But he'll give you a couple 20 points here and there.
Yeah.
He's that slot guy that they didn't. I think he could be a decent guy for maybe 2-3 weeks to put into your flex.
Mm-hmm. And so for the bench,
Oh, wait, you forgot Fannin. Did you say Fannin?
oh, did I not say Fanning? Yeah. Oh, Fanning
So-
and Sanders. Totally didn't say either one of them.
I love Sanders. He can step up because Bryce Young, he can't see over his offensive line, so he'll just dump it down to the guy that's closest to him, which will be Sanders. Fannin, dude, he's gonna play that slot role. I think he get like 60% snaps in the slot.
Could be.
Because I mean, they like I said earlier with Elijah Moore, he had 6 to 7 targets per game. He played the major slot role. They got rid of him.
Yeah.
They brought in Deontay Johnson, who only plays 12% of his snaps in the slot. So it's going to be Fannin.
Okay. And how do I grade that?
Yeah, that's tough.
I kind of feel like I kind of feel like B plus. I mean C plus. I don't know if it has enough firepower to get it into the B minus range.
So we're doing the bench, right? Did you
Yeah.
mention Shuck?
Well, I mean, I mentioned them with the quarterbacks. So I kind of take them out of the equation.
Okay.
And I said Fanning, the next Hernandez, hopefully in the good way.
Yeah.
He is. I mean, he's the man. I mean, but
That's wow. That's
so
actually a
much
great. Who said that? Because that's a great comparison.
the guy who drafted him, the guy whose draft we're talking about right now.
Carl.
Sibo Champ. Yeah,
Carl.
Carl in the chat.
I never even put those connections together, but yeah, it could be.
I mean, we know that Fanning's good. I just also know that there's a guy that Njoku is there. He's not going to overtake Njoku without injury.
Well, no, but Njoku plays the inline, and Fannin will be in the slot, but Fannin could also play even on the outside.
I mean, we know that that's the case a lot of times, but that also takes creativity out of the pass callers because we assume that it was going to be like that for Pitts, and it kind of wasn't, right?
Oh yeah.
And so I mean that's just what it is. Like I mean, in a perfect world, yeah, Fanning would we would substitute Fanning in on a slot on any side, but I don't know why they don't fucking do that shit, I mean, I really don't get it why the play callers don't do that more with these tight ends that have that kind of skill.
I feel like me and you could call plays better. Like you played Madden, right?
Yeah. So don't sleep on White. His ADP is gonna have a few games where he blows up. I mean, he probably on I'm assuming Keon White. I mean, he probably will. I mean, I have him on some of my dynasty teams, but yeah, he just has so many blah games that I don't know. I mean, it's kind of crazy. Who went after Cam Hayward? He's gonna have a couple blow up games too. He went a couple picks later. Cam Curl, he probably has more blow up games.
Oh, I love Curl. I would have took him.
I mean, we're nitpicking, but I'm just saying guys that I think are gonna have, more of those blow up games than him. And who knows? You might be right.
And if you are, keep coming back and telling us how right you were.
And so let me see. So how did this all shape out? So the quarterbacks, you only have Ward, so I mean that kind of sucked.
No, he does have Shuck. Shuck is technically a starter.
Yeah.
And
I just don't think he's gonna start all 17 games. That's why I don't know.
Especially, remember we talked about earlier, maybe they go out and get Winston.
Maybe, but I doubt it.
Yeah. But I mean, he definitely will be a Rattler.
It's either a C minus or a D plus, is where that kind of range is. I gave it a D because it was just Ward.
And I'm not a big fan of Ward. I think we talked about it earlier.
Yeah.
He has to get massive numbers to even hit that top 15.
Yeah. And then we got the A for the or it was a C plus for the running backs and A for the wide receivers, and then it was B for the IDP, and then a C plus for the bench. So let me see how How did this end up? I mean, really, it's only the wide receivers that are bringing the average up, and then
Yeah, I don't like the running backs. I don't like the quarterbacks. So I'm gonna give it a D plus.
I don't think that I would lower it like that much, but I did have. I mean, it was a C plus for the wide receivers. The IDP kind of, it's there at a B. So I mean, that's one of the things that are kind of bringing the average up. But yeah,
No, I'd give it a solid. I'd give it a C because those receivers are fucking amazing.
I know. I was gonna say I was gonna say a C plus, like a 79.
Like,
Is what
honestly, I think you have one quarterback between Ward and Shuck, but so your super flex isn't going to be a quarterback,
right.
So,
And it's gonna be like Golden or Ray Davis based on like.
yeah,
Or Eckler, actually, based on.
No, I don't think Eckler, but maybe because he has that Crosby dude. So
we picked 3 IDPs in here. That's why. So it would be.
Yeah, so I wouldn't have taken an IDP until like at least 12th round for my first one.
Yeah, I mean,
I would want to make up for other positions like the. Definitely, I would have focused on running backs.
Yeah. Yeah, and I feel like if you had a better quarterback mixed in, I don't think it is a C plus. I think it would be a B minus, and it might be like an 80 or an 81, but it's still a lot better with a starting quarterback somewhere in your. I guess you had to pick 2 quarterbacks within the top 7 rounds.
So CB, we're gonna keep doing these and diversify. Next time, don't go receiver heavy. Try a build that goes wide receiver heavy or running back or quarterbacks. Throw a tight end in there.
All right, who's after Carl? Appreciate you, dude. All right, on to Ziggy. There we go. We're gonna try to power through these last 2. We got Ziggy and we got K2. Crispy said, I think Levi's gets a start. I mean, he might in the beginning. I mean, they may give a couple games before Cam Ward gets in there, but
no,
I don't see that. They drafted him 101 for a reason, but
didn't they start Mason Rudolph over Levis last year?
At times, yeah.
So it's like, what the
and
fuck?
Tebow says sometimes you got to dig when everyone else zags. Yeah, you ain't lying. You ain't lying. All right, so for Ziggy, we got Mahomes and Murray.
Love it.
So Shador.
Two top. Fucking Shador. Minus.
I think I'd call that a B plus for those 2 guys.
For the 2, yeah. I'm gonna say B plus.
And then for running backs, we got Barkley, Kamara, and Javonte Williams.
Williams is gross.
Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna give it a B plus. Pass catches, Kittle, Rashee Rice, Xavier Worthy. He went all Chiefs.
X gon' give it to you.
Could be either really good or really bad. And then he went Sutton and Addison.
Sutton's such great value, man. I would have took Sutton over Rice, honestly, for this year.
Peace out, Guap. Appreciate you, bro. Damn, he said got to be up at 3 a.m. Damn. Appreciate the dedication because I know it's like 1 o'clock over there right now.
Yeah, 3 a.m. my time. It is 12:54. Yeah. Holy shit.
Man, and maybe Guap isn't on the East Coast. I can't remember off the top of my head right now where he's at. He might be in California, so he might be a few hours away. I can't remember. I'm so high right now.
So I'm not liking the Rice and Worthy as their number 1 and 2. I do like Sutton.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to raise it a little bit. Addison, I mean, he could be top 20 at any given week.
And I do like Kittle. I mean, I still think of him as a B plus.
And Kittle is my.
It is Cali. It is Cali. All right, so he's got a few hours. There we go.
I have a hot take show coming up where I'm gonna do like eating chicken wings based on heat level. Like I'm gonna have a mild take, like a hot take, spicy take,
like hot ones.
Yes, yeah. One of my hot takes is Kittle is going to finish as the tight end number 1 overall this year because he has scored. If you look at points per game, he's at like 15.9. Bowers is right there at like 15.4. So like they're close. But if Kittle finishes a whole season, damn, he's gonna be the number 1 overall tight end.
Yeah. No risk it, no biscuit. So we got, I'm gonna say, I mean, it's still, I think, good enough to be a B, even though the Rice and Worthy, like, who knows how that works out. Like, some games it might work out good, some games it might not work out so good. So we'll see. IDP, Zach Bond, Spillane, Levante David, Logan Wilson,
I
Barton,
like them all.
Schlesinger,
Yes.
Kinchins, Diablo. I don't like that one.
Yeah, Diablo, not a fan. I don't like Splash or whatever.
Schlesinger.
No, not Schlesinger. The Speech.
Spates.
Yeah, I don't even know how to pronounce it. Yeah, not a fan of that.
He's all right. And then Milano. I'm probably not a fan of that anymore.
Me neither.
And then
I don't like Deontay.
I forget his name. What is it? Damani Richardson. I mean, he's kind of just, I mean, he's 35th pick for a reason.
I like his top ones, man. Like his top 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, Wilson.
Yeah. Even Barton. I mean, I'm kind of curious to see if Tennessee ruins him.
Well, I figured, yeah. But that's your 5th
Tennessee ruins. Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, Tennessee ruins inside linebackers. Like, look at what fucking Ken Murray did over there last year. He sucked. But
I try to go after inside linebackers. You want the guys that play in the outside with the box.
Well, I mean, in IDP 1, 2, 3, you do want inside linebackers because those are the guys who rack up the most tackles and usually they end up scoring the most points overall.
Oh,
so I would, see, I mean, the way that I would think of it is like if I'm ranking these guys by like what style of position they play, it'd be inside linebackers first, then it'd be the strong box safety second, and then it would be the outside linebackers / edge rushers would be like third. And then,
I like edge rushers in this format for some reason.
Oh well, I mean, I'm saying they're third in line. Like we could go farther, then after that, I'd probably like free safeties a little bit better, and then you got like the inside defensive linemen, and so they're still in the top end of players that I would go after out of like all the players available.
Nice.
PB and waivers, so I would agree with us. Yeah, I mean, in IDP 1, 2, 3 scoring, anyways.
In IDP, you always listen to Huss over me. I learn from Huss, man, and like my other co-host is an IDP guy too. So like I've only been doing this for like 2 years for IDP, but I've been doing offense for like 20 years. So that's my forte.
Yeah. And what did I say? So I think I'm giving a B+ for the IDP, and then the bench. Is Njoku the first guy? Yeah.
I put Njoku over some of the starters that he has, like Javonte.
Well, but see, we're not going to grade that on that. Like we're grading it like you would raise the bench score because you think that.
But I look at Njoku as a starter. So
I mean, he probably will bench higher. I mean, he probably will start a bunch of games over a guy like Javonte Williams, who's in the starting roster right now. And then Michael Pittman, Royals, Bateman.
I like Bateman.
Chubb, Brashard Smith, Romeo Dubs, Chigakonkwo, Wicks. So you got a couple of those Green Bay wide receivers lower on the chart.
If you don't like Stavion Williams coming in,
and he did get Golden earlier too, so he's like almost all in on.
I like that Green Bay.
No, that was the previous team that had Golden. Never mind, mistake.
But I do like what he did with the Green Bay receivers because
One of them could pop in a couple weeks, right? Because of some injuries or some shit that happens.
Well, not even like so. Look at their receiving core. Golden is going to be the outside guy, like the flanker person. You know, you still need that X receiver, which they don't have. So they're going to use either Wicks or Dubes. They're going to switch them off.
Yeah.
And then Reed only plays 60% of the snaps, and he plays in the slot almost all of them.
Yeah. I still think that Reed's going to be the main guy there, and then Golden would be the number 2.
Reed,
technically,
Reed is only going to be on the field 60% of the snaps, but he's going to get targeted almost a lot, like when he's on the field. But when he's not on the field, it's going to be Golden and either Wicks or Dubes.
I mean, but Reed missed a couple games last year, didn't he, due to injury?
Well, Reed is a slot guy, so that's not going to affect Reed, Dubes, and Wicks. So if Reed gets hurt, they're going to have to replace him with a slot receiver.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm just saying, I think that he's like the number 1 guy.
Oh yeah,
group, at least when it's all said and done. That's all I was saying. I mean, guys
I could see a world where actually Golden is the better receiver, but I think they're going to be pretty even.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to say a B- for this bench, and let's see how this shaped out all in all. So it was, hey, what up, Toyota 1? Yep, we got one more team to grade after this, but yeah, we've been getting on some tangents throughout the show. It was a good.
But it's been good. It's been good talks, man.
Yeah, it's good for the what's it called? It's good for the all the banter that's going back and forth, kind of in between the draft grades or during the draft grades. Just a lot of different things, but all good stuff. Okay, so it was a B+. It was another B+. It was a B, and then a B+ for the IDP, and then a B-. So it's the QBs, the running backs, and the IDP bringing the average up. You know what? I think this is another 87. Like, man, I know that we probably had a couple bad drafts in certain spots here, you know, or maybe drafts that are a little undervalued, but I know Ziggy's in a bunch of these, so he's no stranger to these.
I can get down with like an 86, 87.
Nice. Toyota once. I'm gonna have to check it on the replay. Yeah, this is a good one. This one I'm gonna like figure out where me and Jamie started getting into all of our banter, and then like try to cut some shorts from it. Let's see if we can get some good shorts.
Oh, that'd be awesome, man. Put me on some shorts, dude.
Yeah,
I probably sound like an idiot. Like every time I see myself on like a short, like, I get embarrassed because it's seeing myself on screen. To me, it's like I'm an introvert, man. I don't like being around people. I don't like talking to people, but I love doing this with Alex.
It's fun, man. And yeah, like even like when I did that Ian Bick, you know, podcast, like I feel like all self-conscious about certain parts. I'm like, fuck. I feel like sometimes I'm rambling because I'm like, I've like I'm crazy lightheaded. I'm like sick and like dealing with that. Like luckily they caught a lot of my like coughs out and shit like that. But yeah, and then I forgot about a bunch of cool shit that happened too. It was like I felt like I had all these cool stories in mind, and then I totally fucking blanked and forgot to bring it up. Like even the first time that I was in the county jail, this whole riot that happened. Like I didn't even talk about that.
You didn't talk about a riot.
No, like I mean that would have been like it's because like he also I should have told him before that happened because I feel like because it was just county jail, he wouldn't think that anything like that would happen. Yeah.
So he could have let into it and like ask you questions about it, and then you could have brought it up. So
yeah, because that would have been. I mean, that was fucking crazy. That was nuts. Fucking insane. Another story for another pod.
Yes.
Okay. K2. Last man standing. Here we go. And a shout out to everybody who's been rocking with us the whole time, because we still got a handful of people who are still rocking with us. Appreciate you guys. Leave a comment in the chat so we know who's still here with us, so I can shout you guys out. All right, K2. Lamar Jackson, Dak Prescott, Sam Darnold. He's one of the few that got like 3 somewhat decent starting running backs, and then quarterbacks. I mean, and then Cooper Rush and Drew Lock, but he didn't get Dak's backup. Milton got jacked. So no extra style points there because you got to get the backup for all 3. But I would still say, I mean, Lamar's an A, Dak's like a B, and I feel like Darnold's like a B minus. So I feel like it would all kind of average out to a B plus. Yeah. Running backs: Brees Hall, Chuba, Najee, and Brian Robinson.
For the bullet in his rubber goose. Before the bullet in his rubber goose. You can be at the party getting loose, but you can catch a bullet in your goose.
And Charbonnet would be in that.
I do want to critique something. I would have took Brian Robinson above Najee.
It's funny how you get like super specific, like on that, even though they
Well,
were.
I'm just going on my rankings and like where I would have drafted these guys.
Yeah,
like I would have probably ignored.
Like you would have rather had Brian Rob, like just in case he couldn't have got both. You're saying that you would have rather had Brian Robinson,
over Najee, and
because you don't know if not,
But I think Najee would have fell. If not, you could have took Scatterboo. Is that who won it?
Yeah, fuck Scatterboo.
Yeah, no, fuck him. But but you could have pivoted and went into Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy was a top 15 receiver last year. Even Jalen Waddle, which I said earlier I didn't really like, but I still rather have him over Najee. Yeah, I'd rather have Jacoby Myers, who went 3 rounds later, over Najee.
Yeah.
So.
And PB and waivers. Give me 1 sec. We'll get to that. Let me get through the offense here before we jump to defense. We'll answer your question. So I think for the running backs, I think that we're going to be in I'm going to say the B minus range with that. I mean, you got a lot of quantity, but not a lot of quality at the same time. I mean, decent, but B minus is still decent, but I feel like could did better there. Man, I mean, the wide receivers, you switched it up here. I mean, you got Puka, which is nice. I mean, Puka's still an A to me. Travis Hunter, I mean, he's like a B minus guy.
You have to give him a B because of the CB. He could slide into your CB area, but as your number 2 receiver, I don't like it as much. If he was your number 3 receiver,
because that's what I'm talking about. Like right here, you only got 2 receivers, so like. Yeah.
So I think people are reaching on Hunter, and he's not going to produce what we think.
And you got Evan Ingram, which is nice, but yeah, what Jamie was saying, like I think not having Najee or Brian Robinson, like one of the two, like I mean, like Jamie said, he's on the Brian Robinson side. I'd rather have Brian Robinson over Najee also.
Yeah,
I think if you would have got, like, imagine if you would have got I don't know, even Chris Godwin, and then you got Brian Robinson.
Yeah.
Because you could have got Chris Godwin instead of Harris,
Like, honestly, I would take Evan Ingram in this format over Najee.
Well, yeah, I mean, he ended up getting him as well. Like, see, I mean, we want to get
he could have a better player.
Well, yeah, I mean, we want to get the guys at the best spot that we can. So we don't want to overdraft guys. We want to try to get them before they would get drafted by someone else. I think Evan Ingram's going in the 11th.
That's a great guy. I like that.
Yeah.
Like, I would take him in the 8th or 9th, 10th if I had to.
Not a super fan, and mainly because it's the it's the quantity that we got here. I mean, there's kind of no room for error with like the top end guys that you got. So I think I would make this, I'm gonna say a B minus. I mean, it's not horrible, and I mean, Puka's still Puka. Like, you only drop it so far with him being half your wide receiver starters. And then before we go to the IDP, let's see what PB waivers say. Thoughts on Zach Wilson or Ewers playing this year with Tua's injury history?
Wow.
I mean, I don't think Ewers is going to get in there. Like, I mean, I know Zach Wilson sucks, but I'm knocking on wood that we don't have to see those guys start a majority of the games. Like, I think it would be Zach Wilson, though. I think Ewers is going to be more of, better backup in second year, and Zach Wilson's probably going to be gone next year.
So yours, if he does hit, you have to think of him as like not Tom Brady, because Tom Brady's a GOAT, but like Tom Brady went late in the 6th, 7th round. Yours went late in the 6th, 7th round, and he does have similar styles in the way he plays, the kind of a Tom Brady. Like, he's your traditional pocket passer. So if he succeeds, he needs to do it on that like deep throws. Like, he's really good at deep throws. So like him and Waddle.
I mean, shit, like their whole thing is all about getting that yak over there for Miami, though.
But like long balls, you can throw the long ball pretty sexy. And Waddle is the type of guy that goes up and gets those long balls. So like maybe Waddle steps up if you can play.
Yeah. Okay. So, and then what Brown say? Look at the running backs around there on the same team as Fields. It's really, really bad. I like Hubbard. Brian Robinson is totally unexplosive. I mean, I wouldn't say unexplosive, but I think that their play calling was a little bit lackluster, to say the least, for the running backs. I mean, that everything. I mean, we need Jaden Daniels to throw more to those guys. Like, that's what we need. Like, but I don't know. We'll see if the play calling calls for it. IDP. Jesse Bates, EJ Speed, Frankie Louvu, Anal Zone. Get in the zone. And Julian Love. That's not a bad top 5. I mean, it's crazy because Jesse Bates is the guy who I like the least out of all those guys, kind of. Out of all those top 5, and you drafted him first.
I like Demario Davis.
Yeah, I mean, that's great for the bench. Josie Jewell on the bench. That's fire. Mo Rig, Adebo, Cooper DeJean, Deshaun Elliott, Lufau, Kenny Moore.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a big fan of them. Like Cooper DeJean, Lufau. Like I don't know.
All those guys are like B+, B-, C+, like type of guy.
The only reason the Giants DB, what's the fuck is his name? Adebo.
Yeah, I mean, he came over from the Saints.
Yeah, but the only reason I like him is because he's got that Debo name.
Yeah, he was dope on the Saints. I mean, I don't know why they didn't keep him around. They have a shitload of good DBs, though. I think that's probably why.
Roman Wilson, man, I am the biggest Roman Wilson truther, but it worries me because Steelers are looking to add someone else to that room. Let it be a tight end. I heard Jonnu Smith might go over there, and Roman Wilson was supposed to be a great prospect coming out.
Yeah.
He just needs time to develop, just like Nico Collins, because Nico Collins and Roman Wilson were both from Michigan. Michigan doesn't know how to develop receivers. The receivers suck. So it takes 2 to 3 years for them to develop. And
a lot of times you don't get that kind of leash in the NFL.
Exactly. So Roman Wilson, and we know how Steelers draft receivers.
They're usually awesome with third round receivers.
So that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm still holding hope for Roman Wilson. But as soon as he hits, I'm going to sell him. I'm going to sell all of my Roman Wilsons. I have 18 shares of him in Dynasty, and I'm in 27 Dynasties. And as soon as he hits, I'm going to sell half of my shares.
Dude, you had a boner when Roman Wilson was on the draft.
Well, I was getting him in like the 3rd round, and I had him at a mid-second. Like, I think 16th, 17th overall. So that was at 205-ish range, but I was getting him at like the 302, 304. As soon as he hit the 3rd round, I would put out offers and get rid of my crap just to try to get that. And that's why I have 18 shares of them.
Yay. All right. And so the bench here. What actually did I grade it? I said B plus, very solid. Bench starts with Trey Harris, Kincaid,
Love it.
Ferguson, Mims, Palmer, Kareem Hunt, Roman Wilson, Slayton, Shipley. Did you have Barkley? No Barkley.
So I love your bench receivers because you skipped over, you got the top guy, but then you got a whole bunch of people that could put up 20 points plus a week. You just don't know which week they're going to put up.
Right.
Like Marvin Mims, man, even playing 40% of the snaps, he put up over a 20-point week. Now they're playing him 80% the last 2-3 weeks last year. So he's going to get incorporated into that offense, and he gets smashed. If he was getting 20 plus points at 40% snaps, double that at 80. He could put up like 30-point games any given week.
Yeah. All right. So what's this all gonna shape out to? I'm gonna say a B minus for the bench there. And what's this shape out to? So it was B plus. B, did I say a B or B minus? I think I might have said a B for the running backs. It was the B minus that I said for the wide receivers is what I said, and then B plus for the IDP, and then B minus for the bench. So quarterbacks bringing the average up, IDP bringing the average up, wide receivers bringing the average down. And then running backs and bench kind of maintaining the average. So I'm going to say this one is my at first glance, I want to say 86, but I'm going to say this one's an 85 here. I feel like I've seen way better out of K2.
Yeah, I was going to say 84. Because of the receivers. Not a big fan. And that whole Najee issue.
All right.
Yep.
There we go. Good draft, guys. Appreciate all you guys being in the draft. And that was some good banter. Like I said, I'm going to try to see what kind of good shorts we can get from this time when we're doing the grades and getting on little tangents and stuff. And don't forget to stay through the credits, guys. We're going to roll those in a second. We got another draft tomorrow. I mean, it's already filling, so make sure you get in. I'll put the link in the chat right now. But it's going to get to the point where we start filling these real fast, and I feel like that's when I want to start the offense only one. I don't know how many divisions we'll be able to get, but it'll be fun either way. I mean, even when we only had 10 divisions, we still had $1,000 for
I didn't know you had I didn't know you had an offense only.
Well, I didn't start it yet. Like I told everyone I'm probably going to start it like in June sometime. And maybe we'll do like a couple per week or whatever. But this one's still the flagship, and I feel like people aren't going to bail on this one to like go join that one. So it's like it has to be.
I'll do both.
Okay.
Why don't you do both?
Well, I mean, I need to make sure that we don't drop off from filling this, because this needs to happen every day, no matter what. But as the player pool grows, this is going to fill way faster. So when this one fills, then we have the other league that's going to kick off, whether it's the same day or whatever. Maybe it's the next day, but I know we could get 2 drafts a day going eventually. I feel we just need we need to get a little bit.
I say you just start it off as all slow drafts and see how the engagement goes.
You know what? I guess that's true. Could totally do that.
And then eventually we can.
Toyota one said he'd jump into both. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's more chances to win money.
Yeah.
You're having fun. It's only $10 a draft.
Yeah.
So I'm daily doing $3 a drafts, but I do like 2 or 3 of them a day. That's
Right.
$10 right there. But
Right.
I only have a chance to win out of my $3. What 3 times 12 is? Fuck, I'm high as shit. 30. So I can only win like $30, and I'm gonna put in $10 to try to win thousands of fucking dollars. Hell yeah, give me that thousands of dollars.
Because yeah, even
fucking 12.
Yeah, because like I said, and I don't even. I know that no matter what, we could get at least $1,000 purse, you know, for the top prize. We would be able to start to be able to fill enough. So, but yeah, I guess I didn't even think about that, about starting it as a slow draft only, and then getting some engagement going, and then I have the leagues where I can post that. Like, here's going to be the next one, whether it's a day away or the same day, because at the end of the day, I mean, to fill 2 leagues, I only need 24 people, you know, and I mean, I could jump into the offense only, but I like the ones with IDP a little bit better. But yeah, I would still be able to fill some of those as well. It would be like I could draft in 2 leagues at the same time and have it up on my computer and be fine. But like people who draft on the app only, that's the tough part. Because I like drafting on the app mainly, but if you have multiple drafts up, it's kind of hard to do that on the app.
Yeah, you have to keep jumping out. But if it's a slow draft, it doesn't even matter. You could do five fucking draft. Like, I'll throw in fucking $50 and do 5 drafts at the same goddamn time.
And you know what? I didn't even think about starting it with slow drafts only, because even when I started this entire tournament, it was 100% slow drafts. And they all started the day, July 5th. They all started right after 4th of July. And it was like prep for like the full month of June up until then. And then we started all the drafts at the same time. And the first year it was like 10 of them.
You can even have a side hustle and do non-tournament slow drafts and just have like a $10 buy-in, winner takes all, overall points.
In what? Just like a single league?
A single league, yeah. So like that's what I do with my $3 drafts. Like, I'm constantly in a whole bunch of them, but they take a rate. And
well, I mean, I would too.
You would too, but it's not going to be probably as much as them. But yours is going to be more organized, and it's on sleeper.
Yeah, and I guess there would be some people who might want to do $5 drafts, right?
I do $5 drafts all the time, man.
Would they be fast drafts or slow drafts?
I do slow drafts because I don't have time for fast drafts. I work all day and I do this with you and shit. Like, fast drafts give me anxiety also. So like I did a 20-second draft the other day on a live podcast, and it just blew my mind, man. Like, how fast you had to pick. It came down to like 1 second to like who I wanted to fucking pick. But in fast draft, I do fast drafts on the fast draft app.
Yeah,
it's only 6 rounds. You flex 4, and you can set boosters. So like,
I know it's almost like I feel like I need to make it smaller for those $5 drafts, like not like as big.
Yeah, I mean, even if you do like a small tournament, like Underdog does puppies, where it's like $5. But they also do the big dog, which is like $100.
Because see, like I'm even think like just it'd be like $5 to win 50. I think is what.
Yeah,
and I would take 10 for organizing.
That makes sense. Yeah, $5 to win.
And see, and I mean, how excited would people get about that for doing a draft? $5, but you know, you have the opportunity to win 50.
And then like I've noticed on my Underdog app, I do all these drafts for $3, but like at the end of the year, I might do like $400 worth of drafts. But my bank account goes to like $600-700 at the end of the year. So
because those ones I could just do on League Safe and not have to take in the money for that. Because the only reason why I do this whole tournament outside of League Safe is because like I don't want to create a League Safe league. Like, I can't allocate the money correctly because every person in every league might not win money. Like, you know, like, I mean, there's not a guarantee that every person in every league is going to win money. And so, yeah, it's all going towards It's 200 leagues where, you know, I don't even know how many like total winners would be in that. I got to run the numbers, but
Yeah, so
I mean,
tournament style, you wouldn't use league save because
Yeah,
you trust Alex. We've seen Alex the past 5 years pay out every single cent to what he owed.
Yep, and it's funny because the very first year, the person who won, they didn't even know that they won. And I reached out to them, you know, like I mean, they didn't claim it or like anything. You know, like I reached out to them and they're so fucking excited because it was like you not knowing, and it was $1,000. First year was
Exactly.
$1,000.
Yep.
Second year, I think, was it the second year? Yeah, maybe it was the third year where we actually had 2 prizes that were over $1,000.
But if you want to do some kind of single leagues, that's where I could set up a bunch of league safes.
Because even that might, I mean, people still might be down to do the single league for $10, and then that's still
even 5 to 10. Like you could even have $20 leagues.
Yeah.
Like
got to write up some bylaws for those real quick, and but yeah, because I can make it a little bit smaller, and I mean, because they could be fast drafts or slow drafts also, but slow drafts. I mean, it's slow draft season. It's slow draft season right now, so I mean, it's like a good time to like start that. And these wouldn't last that long either. Like if it's a slow draft with like, I mean, I don't know if there might be, I mean, like 10 starters, you know, because it's like super flex or whatever.
Yeah,
and then maybe like
would be the starter.
I guess 15 bench wouldn't be bad, right? 25 rounds, and then maybe
I would go deeper, man. I would go like 28. Oh no! Wait, hold on. 12 teams. We're doing 12 teams.
Yeah, so it'd be
20,
it'd be one
at least 20 rounds. You could go even deeper and go like 24.
That's what I said 25.
25's even too deep. Like at least 20.
Okay.
Well, it depends. Are we doing super flex?
And Toyota One said you're gonna have a buffet of leagues. Let's fucking go. Yeah, man. And I mean, seeing like best ball just makes it easier, right? Because it's more about draft practice than anything. I feel like with these, because it's like with mock drafts, I think people are just realizing it's just bullshit and it's a waste of time because like first off, you're putting your time into this, and like if you mock draft and like everyone's in there and then like half the league like bows out in like the second round because like they didn't get the first 2 guys that they wanted or whatever, and that happens all the time, that just ruins the draft, and like then it's like completely not real, you know. So like I like these best ball ideas.
That's exactly why I do my $3 drafts. I'm constantly in them just to check out their ADP, where people are looking at people. And it's only $3.
And I know there's people that are going to want to get into this too. And even if I do $20 off these $10 leagues and $10 off these $5 leagues, because there's really nothing after you draft. That's it. It just sits there until the end of the year.
And at the end of the year, you just allocate the money to the people, and
And see, exactly. Toyota One said I'd rather do 3, 5, and 10 leagues than mock drafts. Yeah, exactly. And I feel like a lot of people are getting to that point, like as well.
That's what I do every year. But I'm also winning money off of these mock drafts that I'm doing for $3, $5 because, like I said, I have like $200, $300 of drafts, and then
especially like $3, $5, and $10. Like you can't even get a Big Mac meal at McDonald's for fucking $10. You know, anymore. Like, this is actually like, it's fun. It gives us a couple hours or maybe a week for a slow draft worth of entertainment
and a chance to win $100
and a chance to win some money. Hell yeah. All right. Hey, you know, I'm going to go full force with this. This is going to be,
I'm going to help you because I want to be in on these.
Yeah. And it'd be, it'd be super fun, man. This would be a cool little project. And like that's how we're going to be able to like make enough money to like do this full time, is if we figure out a way to start enough leagues where we can get, you know, enough of a rake to where, and it's not even much, you know, like $10 off of a $5 league, you know, it's like literally 2 entries are coming to the house and that's it. The rest is going to the prize pool. Like, no, shouldn't be a big deal when you don't have to do anything except join and draft, you know, and we do the rest.
Now, these tournaments that you're doing, that deserves like a high quality rate because
that
takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
But like even if we do these 12-team leagues, I'm willing to fucking set them up for you and we don't even really need to even take a rake off of it.
Well, we
it's
have to
so-
because that has to be a precedent,
It's
because
so
we are
yeah.
doing work. And
Yeah.
it's easy, but it's easy when you do it one time. It's not easy when you do it 100 times, and that's probably what we
Very
do,
true. Yeah.
And so the
It's
rake's
gonna
be
take like
small.
hours of your time to
Yeah.
like set this up and collect the money.
Because we're not
and
going to
then
be the
give
Joe
people-
Schmoes that don't have bylaws, that don't make sure everybody knows shit, that make sure people get their funds allocated right away. Like, all the things that all the scammers aren't doing, that's why we deserve to get paid a couple bucks for doing this. Because that's what it is. It's literally a couple bucks.
So we're gonna set this up. So everyone listening right now, we're gonna do not the tournament style, but we're also gonna allocate the
single best
ball leagues. We'll have super flex. We'll have single quarterbacks, and I like this idea, man. Especially if it's best ball, and we do like
just
the
$5 and $10, and that's it.
10. We'll put a premium.
I guess we could have a $20
finance.
one if people wanted to, but I guess I feel like the smaller
5
buy-in
and 10.
is
Let's just do 5 and 10.
Yeah, the smaller buy-in just seems where it's at because because people want to do a bunch of these. Like everyone's addicted to this, just like me and you are. Like it's better to have small buy-ins. People could get into like 50 of these if they wanted to, and then they got a chance to win a shitload of money at the same time.
Yep.
Because you get into 10 of these instead of having the opportunity to win $50, you got an opportunity to win 500 off of $50. Hell yeah. Right? Toyota one says about the nickels and dimes. And because it's fun too. Like if it wasn't fun, we wouldn't be doing it a lot. Like that's why. Like, $5 though. Shit. Like I'm sure there'd be people who do that like every day. We're already doing it with $10, But all these ones are going to be offense only, though. They'll be all offense only because these are going to cater to the more casual peeps. But it'll be fun for us because we should all feel a little bit more advanced,
Yeah. There's been times where I'm sitting there at night and I go on Underdog and I want to draft. Right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a 2-person league for $3. And like you win like 5,
like literally nothing, but still,
it's just fun to do it, and
right? Like even doing an 8 because there are going to be those, those guys, man, that I make fun of. The 8 and 10 teamers,
We want to ride those.
But if it's $10,
sticks.
Yeah, someone brought that up today. They were like, man, it was TJ. He was like, man, I hate fucking 10-man leagues and under. He was like that video that you posted with the fucking fake horses. He was like, that was like the best analogy.
I shared that so many times. Bro. It is hilarious.
This shit is so funny, man. Right? And Toyota one said, yeah, we ain't young. This is partying for us older folks. Exactly. And we could do it at home. We don't have to go anywhere. And $5 is the cover, $10 is the cover, that's it. But yeah, I like that idea, and I know there's going to be a bunch of people. I just need help with it. Like that's it. There's just like so many things going that
I ain't doing much. Like fucking, I'll run that shit, but I'll join every single one, man, because I'm gonna beat at least 18% of you guys. And
what do you think?
If I get an 18% profit, like that, like if I win 18% of the leagues, I'll make a profit off of it.
I got a question. Should they all be winner take all, or should there be first and second?
No, best ball is winner take all. If you're only in like a 10 to 12 team league.
Okay. Yeah. And I guess maybe we can have both 10 and 12 team leagues, because there's going to be a lot of people who want 10 team leagues. Like I just know it.
How about this? There's also people that are newer at this that want to just do 6 team leagues. Have you ever been in a 6-team league before?
No.
Every team is fucking stacked.
It has to be beyond fucking stacked. But see, if you do 6
it's the
teams,
fun of it.
Yeah.
It's the fun of it.
Yeah.
of just drafting like a half of a draft that we're
Because
doing.
even that, make it $10 each, and that's still half the work of a 12 team, and it
Yes.
still equates to the
You
same
put
amount. Of
$10 to win 50. Come on,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Like that's profit right there. And
you're only facing 5 people.
5 people. So it's like we are so much better.
That might be more lucrative because it is crazy. Like, like it's not gonna give you like that much of like draft practice. It's like more for fun than anything.
It is. It's fun because I'm trying to pull up this fucking underdog draft. I did a 6-team league once, and I'm trying to.
I mean, it has to be insane. I mean, you're getting has to be insane. Would anybody do that if we did the 6-team and they all have to be?
Would.
Are they all slow? Like, do we mix?
Yeah,
in
all slow. No, all slow drafts, man.
Okay,
all slow drafts. What I usually do is the first 10 rounds are like, the first 3 rounds do 8 hours because everyone can get acclimated into the draft. We're not going to take 8 hours.
I feel like we just got to do 4. Like I
4,
stopped, because I stopped
4
doing the 8 hours for the first. I mean it sounds good in theory, but then it's just one more thing to do. It worked for the first couple, but it just I think I've had enough of having to change it after the first round. It's better
4
to
hours
like halfway through the draft.
Plus, you have a pause. In the middle of the night, so
8 hours. I mean, if it only equated to like 2 or 3 picks, or maybe like 5 picks throughout the day, that does kind of suck too. All right, Toyota one said he'll dabble in the different new ones for a new shiny toy. There you go.
Yeah,
I'm gonna work on. I think I'm gonna stay up all night and work on these bylaws tonight and like create. We'll do. I mean, shit. Should we have the 6, 8, 10, and 12? I mean, who knows? Like
6, 8, 10, and 12. Yeah.
And like the 6 and 8 will be like 10 no matter what. And no $5 for those ones. And then the 10 and 12 could be $5 and $10. And then just all those different options.
Okay, I can't find my fucking 6-person draft. What the fuck is it, man? I did a 3-person. Imagine doing a 3-person.
I mean, if it was 3-person for 20.
Yeah. Now, this is my fucking team. This is insane. I got Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Baker Mayfield. Right?
Is it super flex, right?
No, this is single.
Okay.
I got Bijan.
Are more people going to want the single?
I like doing best ball single quarterbacks better than best ball super flex.
Okay, so I guess we got to kind of offer both.
Yes, I think you would get more interest in the single quarterback best balls. So
I guess we just got to have both to see what the.
So here's my running backs. In a 3-person league, I got Bijan, Genty, Kyron Williams, Breece Hall, James Cook, RJ Harvey. But then I have Jamar Chase, Brian Thomas, Ladd McConkey, T. Higgins, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Marvin Harrison, and DJ Moore. Like, those are all on my fucking team. I also have Brock Bowers and George Kittle. So it's a stacked fucking team. But it's only three people.
I mean, of course, it better be fucking stacked.
But the fun part is like you're competing against 2 other people. So depending on where your draft spot is, you have to calculate during that time what they have, what they might take, the value. So I crushed these fucking 3-team leagues because
I would hope so.
And
but no, I like the idea. So I think you'll get more to join if you do traditional style single QB, no IDP. Yeah, so none of these are gonna have IDP because these are for like the ultra casual, people. I'm assuming is like, I mean, not that only ultra casuals are gonna do it, but I'm saying like this is gonna cater to everybody, including those ultra casuals. So it will be fun for the 420 crew to fucking get in those because you might be able to mop up on some of those,
And plus, you always do these Superflex IDP drafts.
Yeah.
You know, so like now we're gonna get into something different. It's gonna bring in a whole new group of people.
Yeah. Because that's really what this is all about. We got to reach as many people as possible, because the more people that we reach because of these new leagues, then we could get them into this league. You know, maybe not this year, but maybe next year. You know, they're not pussies about it and they join. You know, but I feel like just the more and more people that I meet and the more people that know the brand and everything that we're doing, the more people that we get on Patreon and shit, you know, and they see everything that's getting posted, you know, throughout the day. Like it'll be a good thing.
And I love how you do like the themes for every draft that you do.
It's not going to be like that for all these ones though. But
well, what if I set it up where we could do something like that?
I mean, I'd like to do that. I want to do a super flex offense only tournament that's exactly like this, you know, but it's a super flex offense only. Like it's the same style of scoring and shit that I have in all the non-IDP dynasties. I want to do that. I want to make sure that this like keeps going as well, and we don't like take away from this one to like start the other one. But I also feel it's because like my time as well. Like if there's someone helping me out with it, it makes me a little easier to like jump into it.
Yeah, you got to keep this one the main one, obviously.
Yeah, I mean this is the flagship one.
So, but besides that, let's try to do those single quarterback best balls, and
the $5 and $10 ones.
5 and 10, yeah. You always name your leagues after like movies, right?
Well, I mean that's what I did.
Shows.
I mean that's what I did for this tournament. Yeah, but that doesn't, you know, it could be something else. I also feel like certain people don't like if we're just doing the single leagues, like I don't know, it's gonna be boring. It's just gonna be like the number one super flex best ball, $5, you know, or something like that.
We can still give it like a theme name, man. I'll think of something. We'll figure it out.
Sounds good. All right. Let's roll these credits. People got to see some behind the scenes going on all that talk there. Hell yeah. You're the man, Jamie. Thanks for coming on.
No, dude, I appreciate you and all your fucking listeners for supporting me, because I love you guys. Like if I'm not on screen with you, I'm usually in the chat. So appreciate it.
And here we go. Shout out to all our executive producers. Appreciate you guys. The producers of the show. Appreciate you guys.
I see Pam's name.
Our co-producers. Awesome. Appreciate you. Our associate producers. Salute. All of our epic supporters. Yes.
Well, you have a lot of fucking names on this list.
Oh, and I totally fucked up here. And the awesome supporters, but I fucked up and I totally messed up and didn't take those out of there. But yeah, you guys are the shit. I appreciate you guys. And we got another draft tomorrow, so make sure you join. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.
Peace.
Defense on me.
I don't want them to gain another yard.
You blitz all night. If they cross the line of scrimmage, I'm going to take every last one of you out. You make sure they remember forever the night they played the Titans.
Here comes the